apocalypse, Mr. Mannheim.
Who are you?
Your new lord and master. You may call me Darkseid.
Hey Bemmers, did you know that Hawkman and Hawkgirl are Thanagarian police officers? I guess that would make them coppers. You're listening to Dark Side's Couch. I'm Mike.
This is James.
I'm Shée.
This is the earliest I've had to do this.
That was adorable.
Never had to do that before the theme song's barely faded out. Jesus.
I thought of that as I lied to James, telling him I had an
Oh,
opening bit.
wow. Yeah. Open the window. Let some of these puns out. Mine started almost the same way. It was, hey, Bemmers, don't be fooled by what you hear from this comic. The only way to truly join the IQ gang is to like and subscribe to this show.
Okay.
I thought it was going the same way. I thought it was going the same
That was
direction.
also productive.
I was thinking about an ACAB joke.
Oh, ACAB?
Yeah.
You know, none of us did Hawk to a girl, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Well, we used that one already.
I know, that's
Yeah,
why
we
I didn't
did.
do it.
We were on the
got
up
it
and up on that one.
We got it in just under the wire before people got sick of that shit.
You know what? We made fun of her, and she immediately got a podcast that's 1,000 trillion times more popular than ours.
This is true. She has one of the most popular podcasts, but I've also heard it's really bad.
That's like
I don't
when
know.
I've heard that she's like smart though.
I'm sure she's
I'm not.
lovely.
I'm not like how could she be smart? But like
She joined the IQ gang?
yeah.
It's kind of like when they did the press party, you know, they do for the president, where they kind of roast the president a little bit, and
Oh yeah.
Obama's like, yeah, maybe there's a lot of things that something. I'm the president, Donald Trump, and you never will be. And then Trump's like looking at him all pissed off, and he's like, I'm gonna be the president.
Yeah,
now.
that's
Fuck
probably why
this
he
guy."
did it.
Yeah, the Hawk
Oh,
Tour
I
girl
can
was
see.
listening to the podcast, and
Thanks,
she was
Obama.
Like, she was like, "Fuck these guys."
Yeah. No, she seems like I've heard that she's a lovely, nice person, but she
Yeah.
just doesn't have any skills.
Well, if she can,
We don't
guess
know
what?
that. You don't know if she's a nuclear
Well,
scientist.
I think she's got one skill.
Well, she's a successful podcast host, so maybe she's really good at it.
I meant she's oral skills. That was the
Yes,
joke.
yes,
That was a
we
bit,
know.
though.
Skill. Jeez.
I
got
make
it.
bits about myself doing horrific things that aren't
Yeah.
real,
Okay.
allegedly.
The Hawkmans. The Hawkmans. The Hawkmas.
Akmas,
Because
Mr.
here-
and Mrs.
Yep.
Akma.
Listen, if you're going to be on this show and you're going to be a flying character, we're taking the first and last letters off of your name.
I
That's
mean,
the way it is.
Ocker
Ocker and Akma.
Kind of hard to say. So I
Hawker.
Ocker. Let's just
Yeah,
say
the-
that over and over.
Yeah, the Akmas, Mr. and Mrs. Akma. It sounds like like a bad writer would name his Egyptian character.
Well, they do spend a lot of time in Egypt and that area of the world. Like, that's kind of their thing at this point in the history of the Hawks.
Yeah, so like in the
Hawks.
Golden Age, a Hawkman and Hawkgirl were like reincarnated Egyptian royalty
Yes.
who had like ancient battle armor, which was their costume. And then they changed it in the Silver Age. Same thing with Green Lantern, where they decided space
Yeah.
is more interesting, so we're going to make these characters from space. And they all of a sudden now they're like Thanagarian police officers, but they just like
Right.
Egypt. They like it.
They think it's cool. Yeah. Well, Julius Schwartz in the 60s revived Green Lantern and the Flash and said, hey, let's revive Hawkman, and kind of kept the characters more or less the same, but gave them different origins. And so this was a very different origin for them, but over the years, they've kind of tried to like combine the origins, and it's one of the twistiest, most hard to follow origins for any characters in comic books. It's like they're, Captain Marvel. It's very complicated. But yeah, they like Egypt. And who doesn't? They got the
I like
coolest
Egypt.
artifacts. They
Dude,
got the best artifacts in the
fascinating, right?
world.
I watch a lot of misinformation about ancient Egypt.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to get your misinformation about any region. I am not a video game person, but I have a VR headset, and so I played Asgard's Wrath 2 for a big chunk of this year. And so I like to think I'm a little bit of an expert on Egypt.
Oh, all right.
Probably give me some kind of a degree. I saw some pyramids and battled some Egyptian gods.
You know what? They give honorary degrees for stuff, but you actually learned a little bit about the topic, so they should give you an honorary degree based off of that,
Hey.
right?
I knew about Sebek. When we got to Sebek in this book, I was like, yeah, I know that motherfucker, that crocodile piece of shit. I know him. I fought all those guys.
They fed you to them, like you were a piece of dog shit.
Yeah.
If you weren't perfectly content when you died. Like if your heart weighed more than a feather on a scale,
Yeah.
they cast your soul to this crocodile man who ripped you apart.
I think we just need to make feathers heavier. Like I can't get the heart lighter, but I can get the feathers heavier.
Yeah, right.
That's my
Well, you've
that's how
moved
I
on
solve
to-
that problem.
That's what you're gonna run on.
Yeah.
Well, you've moved on to pretending to be Batman now.
That's basically I need to clear off the rest of my decade to finish Arkham Shadow on MetaQuest because I'm the Batman now. It's
Oh,
insane.
you are. Oh,
I'm
good.
the Batman. I look down, I grab batarangs, I grab grappling hooks, I'm swooping around, I'm opening up my cape. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
VR Batman is
You patting butts. You kissing
I,
people.
I do walk up to all the characters and kiss them and pat their little butts. I do this. It's
As what
hard
Batman
not
would
to.
do.
It's if you like they don't.
What move is kiss?
What do you mean? I go up to them and I get really close and I say,
yeah.
"Here's one for you,"
What's
and
the
I
button?
kiss them.
Is there a kiss
Now,
button?
no, it's my lips. I'm physically walking up and just giving them a little kiss on the face.
Little- yeah.
all the
Role-playing.
Blackgate guards, I give them a little kiss. I pat them on the bum. That's most of what I've done. I am 3% into the game because I spend a lot of time just patting butts.
Wow,
Love it.
that's a lot of butts.
There's a lot of beautiful men in Gotham. Gotham.
Mhm. Everyone's going to the gym. Like there must be a lot of successful gyms in Gotham City.
Well, I mean, I guess you want to be in good shape if you're gonna, because you're inevitably going to run into some sort of freak.
Inevitably.
You're gonna have to
Unless
fight.
unless your building falls over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're gonna have to.
You
You're gonna have
know?
to battle.
You gotta
the
dig your way
Mad
out of the
Hatter.
rubble.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a handful of Batman villains I could take, but like if I run into Killer Croc or something, I'm fucked.
Yeah, the DC universe is a dangerous place.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, the comic book universe is a dangerous place. I don't want to be in any of these places.
I don't want to be in this place. You know what?
Yeah.
This is a dangerous place too.
Fuck this world, but I can't leave because feathers are still so fucking light.
Bro, I want my writer to write me into another multiverse
Yeah.
area
Yeah,
where this isn't going on.
where everything just turned out great.
Yeah, everything turned out great.
Oh, the universe where everything is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I want to go there.
Oh, we're so close. We're so close to it.
Are we? Where is it? Is it just like one LSD trip away?
I
You're
think
telling
so.
me?
Well, I mean, dude, like we can walk outside and nobody slashed my tires. Like just the fact that nobody slashes my tires every single day, it's pretty impressive. That's a lot of restraint.
I spent a lot of my youth taking psychedelics to break through, right? To, you know, that's kind of like was my
Break
thought.
on through to the
Whereas,
other
like,
side.
I'll break through like this prison, the reality prison that I'm in, and go see beyond, right? Mm-hmm. And but then I like, you know, you grow out of it and you stop doing it. But what if I was just one trip away?
Yeah.
Like,
you
if I
witnessed it.
I gave up too early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they always. That's always the feeling.
I'm like the guy, the meme, the guy who's digging the tunnel and he gave up right before he
Right
hit.
before it,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's also a good message for problem gamblers. If you're addicted to gambling, just pull that arm one more time.
Yeah.
Just one
right.
more
What if you
time.
win?
No,
One
walk
more
away
dude.
from Chumba.
Statistically, it's gonna happen. Pull that arm one more time. Just try it.
Just drive around. Just get one of them like the scooters for overweight people in the casino, and just
Little
drive
rascal.
around that kiosk of slot machines. You know how they'll have them all like in a
Yeah.
circle, and you just
Yeah.
drive around it, like putting
Just
in
hit 'em
money and
all.
pulling. Yeah, just
very
doing it over and
productive.
over again.
Dude, your wife can't leave you twice.
Nope.
She's already gone.
She gone.
She ain't
Everyone's
coming
divorced
back.
now. Everyone's divorced. Like that's
Everyone's
like
divorced.
it used to be something you could laugh and make fun of people about because it was like strange to do that. It means you're a failure, but like everyone gets divorced now for any reason.
Yeah.
Not Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
Hawkman and Hawkgirl have a hell of a relationship going on. I think we're kind of at the tail end of sort of female subservience in these comics because, like, he kind of she's kind of an equal to him, but also kind of not sometimes. It's
She was
weird.
a damsel in distress at least
yeah.
once.
Which why? She's Jack. She's got
maybe
wings.
maybe there's books where he is in distress and she saves
Yeah.
him.
I get the
Yeah.
feeling that there's probably some better issues of this run than this.
I bet there's better
No.
issues that have them that shows them having like really graphic penetrative sex.
They have a hard time
no,
not.
no.
They have a hard time. Well, Shée, have you read them all?
Yes.
What if like I want the one where they go home and they like chew up food and then vomit it into their baby's mouth?
Right.
That's birds.
Birds.
Yeah, right.
They're
Hawkman.
birds.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm looking at the cover,
cro-
which is three
crocodiles.
Crocodile-Men,
They
and
do.
my brain focused on that.
No, the Hawks do not shy away from public displays of affection, which is maybe not the best thing to be doing when you're fighting villains. But
No, but they're from Thanagar, where that open displays of sexual love for one another is like the norm.
maybe that's where they get their power from. Is
Maybe that's
expressing
'cause-
their feelings.
Because they're like
Different
penguins, right? They
species?
mate for life.
Yeah. They're the opposite of humans. Like,
Dude, their love was so strong that they reincarnated a bunch of times just so they can continue
Right.
boning.
Nice. I get all my power from suppressing my feelings, but the Hawks, they get all their power from expressing themselves.
Can you imagine that, having like the best sex ever and it's so good you transcend like mortal
break on
death
through.
just so
Yeah.
you can continue doing it?
They had
Well,
to fuck one more time to break through. And they did.
When Final Crisis was going on, I remember reading it, and there's a portion where, I guess, spoiler of something from like 15
2008,
years?
2007, 2008. Yep.
Anyway, I remember back in Final Crisis where in the reveal that love was how you broke the not anti-monitor.
The anti-life equation.
The
and
anti-life equation.
So you guys are telling me that like you beat the anti-life equation the way Ernest beat the trolls in Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh, did he kiss? He did kiss him?
He gave him,
him a
he
little
turned to the
kiss?
camera and he like had troll snot, but that's how you beat the trolls was with love.
It's also how you beat Arkham Shadow. You go,
I
up and
love
you kiss
you.
everybody on the face. You kiss all the Blackgate guards. Once you've kissed them all, you win.
What I did when I remember seeing this is I just giggled and I thought it was just great because also at the time I didn't like the series in the slightest. And my boyfriend at the time gave me some figurines for Christmas that year and taped them saying Barry Allen kisses in little word bubbles next to them. It was very cute.
Well, what actually happens is Barry Allen uses the Speed Force to knock Iris out of the anti-life equation.
Well, actually,
He just had. Actually, I have a very high IQ. The high
You're the
IQ
fucking
gig,
meme, bro.
and, actually, well, it is what happens. He knocks her out, and he just decides to administer it via a kiss because he hasn't seen her because she thinks he's dead. So pardon him for being a romantic.
I like my idea better.
Yeah,
I
he's a
also
proud-
believe that Skeets is Ted Cord and Booster's baby. So
yeah, they named him after the action that created him.
No. He's still a robot, but he's their baby.
Yeah,
Skeets
yeah,
is their
he gave-
baby.
yeah. Ted Cord gave birth to a robot.
I don't like that yeet means something completely different from skeet.
No, they both mean.
people-
I
'cause
mean,
people
yeet
say-
means like tossing somebody.
Yeah, I don't like that. You can't it can't be that close to skeet and not
They
mean the
don't
same thing
use
as skeet.
skeet anymore. The kids who are using yeet don't say skeet. They don't. That was a thing. That was like a month-long thing.
Yeah.
that
It was
we
just in
had
that
to
one
endure.
song.
Now
Yeah.
they say skibbity.
Yeah, now they say
Skibbity toilet.
skibbity. Skibbity has more like foundation than skeet.
It's a strong foundation. This slang's gonna stay around forever.
Right. I
Isn't
wonder why
it
skeet
Skibbity?
didn't. Yeah, I wonder why skeet didn't last because it's gross.
I think it is gross.
That's
I think I was saying skibbity based on how it looks like it's spelled.
Skibbity.
But other people are saying
Mommy,
it.
can I have some spaghetti tonight for
And
dinner?
when I hear people say it, it sounds like skibbity, which does have more of a scatty, cool, clip to it. So maybe it is
Okay.
supposed to be skibbity. Skibbity
I
toilet.
think of the song.
Scatman from Scatman?
Yeah, Scatman's
No,
great, man.
although I listened to that song yesterday and it holds up.
Yeah, damn right it does. It's
Scatman.
better now than it was.
I watched it. I watched him do
fine
it
line.
live.
Yeah.
It was dope.
Yeah, I bet. yeah,
It's,
dude, that
it's
guy's
his
amazing.
one thing. What's he gonna do? Like, of course, he better be good at his one thing.
Man, I'm glad Darkseid's Couch all agrees that the Scatman is fucking cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, the Scatman's
This should
cool.
be a golden age for him to come back with all this
He's
skibbity
dead.
going on.
When I was
I mean,
more
granted,
like interacting with people on Twitter and stuff, whenever they were mad about something we did, I would play the Scatman video as my response.
And then they turned around and they loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's how that
Yeah.
works.
It's just to
So-
let people know immediately, like arguing with me is absolutely pointless.
Yeah, it's not gonna go anywhere. You don't want to win an argument on the internet, even if you can. There's no
on this
point.
on this cover, like Shay's right. Hawkman is beating up guys in like really bad crocodile outfits.
Right.
But then if you look in the bottom right hand corner, it's like special. It has this fucking
Yeah.
dude, this skeevy 70s car salesman looking dude.
It's Jim fucking Jones.
Yeah, it looks
It's
like-
The man looks exactly
So
like Jim
right.
Jones, down to the sunglasses.
Now,
I didn't catch that.
that is what we'll learn about him. He's the IQ man. And
Oh my god! I can't. I'm gonna think of Jim Jones as the IQ man, and his like Jonestown. They were the IQ
Jonestown
gang.
is now the IQ gang.
Oh my god! Those poor folks.
they did. So there's two
Oh, yeah, it's
stories
terrible.
in this book, but they made the right choice because they focus on, even though it's the smaller story, they focus on the Crocodile-Men story on the cover with good reason. But most of the story is dominated by the IQ gang, which is represented by a tiny little toilet shape in the bottom of the corner there,
Oh yeah, right.
as if to say you're going to want to flush this one.
Yeah. What if like that's what this meant? Because like, what if Hawkman was the book they gave to like people who fucked up or like newbies
Yeah.
as like hazing?
Well-
they're like, yeah, we're giving you a Hawkman.
Well, that's definitely not the case in this instance because this is actually written by Gardner Fox. And I also see the actual official DC page also credits Jack Schiff, which I don't, that's not credited elsewhere, so I'm really not sure. But Gardner Fox is the guy who revamped The Flash. He introduced the concept of a multiverse into comics for the first time with The Flash of Two Earths. Gardner Fox was he was kind of a science nerd, and so he would bring in these scientific concepts into his books, and they're certainly not, it's pseudoscience, but for comics at the time, it was the closest they were going to get to real science, and so he was trying to put these interesting scientific concepts into his books.
All right, I have a pitch for you guys. This will be the new
Okay.
phase of Dark Side's Couch. This is what we're gonna do. All right, forget podcasting. Forget it. What we're gonna do is we're
Already
gonna
have.
we're gonna try to sell people the fake science in old Flash comics.
He may have. There is an increasing. It's called Everidian science, which is the belief of multiple worlds. That has become an increasingly believed phenomenon in the scientific community. So it might not be junk science. It might be legitimate stuff. So you go back to all these Flash and Hawkman books. That might be the real science that we're going to find in the future.
I wonder why that hasn't become a religion yet. The idea of the multiverse and all that stuff. It's like some weird cult. Probably is a cult, right?
It didn't catch on enough with the MCU. Had it caught on, they'd be like, "Yep, that's my religion." I don't know, but that's Gardner Fox. I
mean,
definitely think wanted
Heaven's
to do
Gate,
this.
kinda.
Yeah, Heaven's
Yeah.
Gate, kind of. Yeah.
Mormonism, kinda.
They cut off that poor guy's nuts at Heaven's Gate.
They cut off a bunch of people's nuts.
Yeah, he couldn't get into heaven because his heart was just a little bit too heavy.
Too heavy, bro. What if like you do the Heaven's Gate? What if like that you dedicate yourself to the horrible Heaven's Gate shit, right? And you're like, and then you finally kill yourself with your sneakers on and your Kool-Aid and whatnot. And you wake up and there's like fucking Anubis with a fucking scale.
Oh no! Oh fuck!
Whoa, what? He goes, yeah, didn't you see them pyramids, bro? Weren't they crazy? Doesn't that make you
Dude.
think that maybe they were onto something?
Oh, dude!
Oh, no. He goes, well, all right, give me that heart.
You're kind of fucking with me, Anubis, because right now in this moment my heart is feeling super heavy, and that's not fair.
That's not fair. Yeah, right.
You skunked me on this one.
Yeah, you're scared shitless.
Like an
That's
hour
just-
ago, my heart was super light, and right now,
I'm saying.
motherfucker.
I didn't know there was going to be a test.
Yeah. Fuck this.
This is not cool, man. Not cool.
Okay. All right. This was Hawkman issue 7 from 1965. As I say, written by Gardner Fox, art by Murphy Anderson. And again,
Murphy
the DC
Brown.
Murphy Brown. Candace Bergen. The art also apparently the DC website also credits the great Sheldon Moldoff, who I know is a Batman artist, but also credits Sheldon Moldoff on this book, but again, not listed in the book anywhere, so I don't know. But
That sounds like an anti-mold spray.
Sheldon Moldoff, don't fuck with my man Moldoff, Moldy Moldoff. I'm sure that's what they call them in the offices.
I bet.
Yeah, how could you not?
Yeah.
Hey, Moldoff, you're doing fucking Batman next week.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
As, I don't like Batman right
He
now.
goes,
It's not
but he's
cool
drawing
right now.
Hawkman, so he's just like, I'm pretty happy working on the bird. And he starts doing the bird arm bird, like folded arm bird wing thing around the
Yeah.
room.
He created a Hawkman dance. Mm-hmm. And he thought it would make him popular.
Doing the Hawkman dance. Yeah, you gotta
All
spread
right.
your wings. I'm sure that's part of the dance.
Sure. And part of life, the dance of life, when you have to spread your wings. So yeah, this first story is called Jesus Christ, The Amazing Return of the IQ Gang. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not that amazing. Maybe one appearance was enough for the IQ Gang. We get a pretty cool splash page as we get into here, where we see Hawkman and Hawkwoman their bodies have been split into various parts, and they're punching randomly in space, and we don't know what that's about.
So this is something I didn't never notice before about the Hawkman Hawkgirl costumes. It's
about the eyes?
Yeah, about the eyes.
The eyes make no fucking sense.
I'm guessing they're like lenses, and inside the helmet it gives them like hawk powers.
I think so, because if you look carefully, whenever there's like a close up of their face, you can see that their eyes don't line up with where the eyes are on the helm, on the
Yeah,
Hawk
they're
helm.
like painted. They painted dots on the lenses.
And it looks ridiculous.
Yeah, it looks silly, but
So
I'm
they-
sure it'd be terrifying.
No, I don't think so. Well, it's all white eyes, giant white cartoon eyes with a tiny little pupil in there, a tiny little black pupil, and it's completely disproportionate to their skulls.
Yeah, and they're wearing a crazy. Their outfits are crazy looking, but you gotta keep in mind that they are diving down at people while flying.
Yeah, I mean, you think in that fraction of a second when they're being attacked, like that looks scary.
Yeah,
I would say
yeah.
just no eyes, like no pupils at all.
Just
Just
they
get rid
kill
of the pupil.
people with the Hawkman and Hawkgirl? Don't they have like maces?
Yeah, later I don't know if they had adopted the maces yet, but
They
yeah,
don't in this book.
I don't know if that was a thing yet, but yeah, he definitely likes ancient weapons.
He carried around some radioactive balls.
Oh yeah, he does.
They're also really into
too.
radioactivity. Yeah,
Like, really.
it's weird. Yeah,
It's their king.
I guess it was the '60s, and so I'm thinking it was like Wi-Fi, where people are like, this new technology that we're talking about, we don't really know how to apply it, but we assume everything's going to be run on radiation soon, so let's get on the ground floor of that, I guess.
Well, they're archaeologists, right? Who work at a museum.
Yeah,
They work in a
You
museum.
gotta know
yeah.
about radiation. That's how they
Well,
date stuff.
I understand that they have to know about it, but it just doesn't. It's like, yeah, I guess
Maybe
that's
that's why they know about. Also, they're like space cops. They probably know all kinds of things about the universe that
Well,
we don't
yeah,
know.
they're also not human.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we forget that because of how hot they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes I get accused of not being human too, and I assume it's because people think I'm too hot.
That's what I thought when I
Ah.
first met you.
You cold bastard, and I say thank you. I am very attractive.
That's right. I
Is
don't
that
have
wait,
to.
wait, Mike? Did you just say you thought James was too hot the first time you met him?
Yeah, I was like, this guy's too hot to be a person.
Yeah, too hot to be a person, too hot to be working with other human beings.
Yeah.
I should be in an isolated room somewhere.
Yeah, you don't need to develop empathy when you're hot.
I don't need to know how to do things or connect to people.
No.
I just need
That's
to
for
know
the
how to
pores.
pose. Yeah, I just need to pose properly. Mm-hmm. So in this story, we're going to meet this dude. His name is Ira Quimby. Quimby.
All right. Perfect.
And
Like Edward Nigma.
Edward Nigma. His literal initials are IQ. And he's
Edward Ligma.
Edward Ligma. That's a pretty good name. Anyone who knows me knows that the key to my comedy heart is just silly names. If you just list of silly names, and I'm down for it. I will call that comedy gold. So Ira Quimby, apparently, he's in jail now because apparently he's tried this shit before. Nobody seems to remember. I certainly don't. And I guess at some point in his past, he was exposed to a relic. Was it like a rock? His thinking rock?
It's he got exposed to some kind of rock that had radiation. Huh?
Yeah.
But while he held on to the rock, it allowed him to have brain powers like that movie Limitless.
Limitless, yeah. And we have this panel of him looking like a dork, by the way. He's wearing
he's
his
a
bow tie and everything. And he's saying,
plaid jacket.
he's saying, hey, all of a sudden, I'm a genius.
God, I saw that. And
Nowadays, that's what people say after 10 minutes of watching YouTube.
You know what though? If you
expert
wore
now.
that outfit now, people would say as Riz.
It does have a little bit of Riz.
Yeah,
It's
because
got
you're
some
like
drip.
wearing it. You're wearing it fairly ironically, but not too much that you don't look sharp.
It's got some drip. It's dripping.
Drip. Thank you. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it's apparently this gave him super IQ powers, but now he's getting those same powers from exposure to the sun, and he doesn't need his thinking stone anymore.
This character was like. Did you ever like watch like the original Superman and who's the guy who played Lex Luthor?
The original movie?
Yeah.
Gene Hackman?
Gene Hackman.
Hackman.
This guy it's like Gene Hackman just like read a random comic. He goes, I gotta play a bad guy in a comic book series. He picks up one comic. It's this. And he's like, all right, this is the bad guy. I'm gonna act like this dude.
It's not terrible. And they both have very high IQs. So And like most people with high IQs, with this guy, there's a lot of flashy gimmicks, but he's ultimately totally useless.
Yeah, totally useless. He's a silly guy.
He is a goofball. He doesn't have like a cool costume or anything. He's just got genius powers.
He
Yeah,
also
and
his
he's
greatest
also-
power.
He's just a dickhead.
His greatest power is like convincing his goons to doing the crazy things that he needs them to do.
He does take care of them, though.
Yeah, well,
Well,
he tells them he does. He's convinced them he has.
yeah, that's a whole lot.
He
Toxic.
saves them.
He's a little cold. He saves them so that he can use them again, not because
So?
he cares for them.
He followed through.
So here
Well-
he invents a pinwheel that scatters light particles, rendering him invisible.
Right.
But and surprisingly accurately to how that would be, his
Gardner
eyes
Fox.
his eyes are also invisible, therefore he can't see.
He can't see anything, which is great. That's actually, this is the kind of thing that Gardner Fox would try to do and try to get in his comic books. Yeah, he creates this pinwheel, and one of the other prisoners berates him for playing with toys, and he says, "Hey, fuck you, buddy. We're in prison. Anything
And
to
then
keep
the guy
occupied."
beats him mercilessly.
Yeah, he's not
because
going to
he's
win
in
a fight.
prison.
He's in prison playing with a pinwheel that he's blowing on.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna beat the shit out of him.
Like, you can't
Yeah,
be
while
doing
the other
that.
people fucking hit rocks.
Yeah.
That's what they used to do back in the day. They used to just break rocks with hammers. Now they make you work for major corporations.
Yeah, now you got to make TikToks for your company's account.
They outsource their
yeah,
social
yep.
media to prisoners.
To
Man,
prisoners.
We're close to that.
Yep. You got to get out there. You got to make us 3 TikToks a day. So yeah, he has to memorize. He's invisible now, but he can't see anything. So he has to memorize his way out of the prison, and he just walks on through. That doesn't really explain how he gets through like the gates, because he's not like, he's invisible, but he's not. He still has a corporeal form.
I guess you just sit there and you wait till they open it.
I guess, yeah, just wait it out. Well, so he has to blow on this pinwheel the entire time.
Well,
to
but I
maintain
mean,
his-
like, he knows the schedule of when like new prisoners are coming in and such,
Yeah,
or when the
okay.
door would be open.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. So back at the Akma's home, Miss Akma is she's reading the paper, and she says, "Hey, you know that IQ guy that we captured?" And Hawkman says, "Nope, don't remember that at all." She says, "Yeah, this was like a week ago." I'm like, "Nope, no recollection at all."
What if they move their heads like birds, like while they're talking to each other?
Oh, and they
Just,
kind of
like,
poke
quick,
and peck.
quick movements, just like.
Yeah, I wonder if they eat seeds off of a plate.
Yeah, they only eat seeds. I
Yeah.
love the lore of Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
Yeah. So, all right. Eventually, they realize, oh yeah, the IQ guy. We got to go catch the IQ guy. He's escaped from prison. We got to track this guy down.
What if Thanagar, like, say, was having a seed shortage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Hawkman and Hawkgirl escape to Earth where there's an abundance of seeds, and they're selfish pricks.
They're
They
not
don't
coming
want to
back.
bring in any more Thanagarians to ruin their wonderful seed paradise.
Yeah, they fake their death.
Yeah.
So the Thanagarians don't want to come. They're like,
And then they
fuck.
came to Earth and told everyone they were cops.
Yeah. Those humans are hostile. Let's stay
They're
away
like, your
from them."
official police uniform is a bird outfit? They're like, yep.
All right. Yeah. So they put on what is apparently the official Thanagarian garb, and it is it's like green tights, red shorts, wings. In the case of Hawkman, basically nothing covering his abs. Nice.
Yeah, and they're
And-
so
and-
nice.
And a big helm. He is cut. He is
Yeah.
fucking cut.
But he's, we can't lust after him, or else that'd be bestiality.
Well, what about when he's in his
he's
human
an alien and he's a bird.
form? Well, then he's not a bird. He's all alien.
Mm-hmm.
Because birds are an Earth thing.
Yeah, that's true, right? That's an
just-
Earth
Where
thing.
do they hide their wings?
I think
at
they
this
put them
point?
on. Their outfits, like it's part of their costume.
Yeah, and she's always losing her wings. She has to borrow his.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yours are
can't
just
find-
much more comfy.
Yeah, like
Look
just
at-
like your wings.
Y'all
Look
women
at how
gotta stop
small
stealing
her
my
waist
hoodies.
is.
Yeah, she
Look how
has a tiny
small
waist.
his fucking waist is.
I mean, these are the ideal forms.
Well,
like,
look in the panel before we see them in their costumes. She's sitting on the chair, and
Oh,
it
yeah, she's pretty teeny
legitimately
tiny.
looks like
Oh yeah, it looks like someone wrapped
she's
her in
going
rope.
to fall over.
Like he's just tied her up with a rope to
Well-
make her look skinny. Maybe that's normal for Thanagar to do that, bind their women.
Maybe she wanted it that way. You don't
Maybe
know,
that's how
Shée.
they prevent like laying eggs all the time.
Yeah, this is yeah. Choke off those eggs.
Yeah, just choke off the eggs.
Yeah, because
Do you think the eggs come from their
Shée,
chest?
Shée, I have some things to explain to you about the female body. All right.
Yeah,
Eggs
especially the
come from-
Thanagarian
Great,
female
great.
body.
I want to note that we're recording this on November 4th, by the way.
Right. Yeah.
Just I just
In
want
case
to
things
lay
have
that
changed.
here because it's going to come out after that.
Yeah. We may have gotten RFK Jr. in the process. I don't know. But as far as I know,
So
eggs come from the titties.
No, I
And they
mean
kinda
like
work
they're
their way down.
I'm saying by binding the waist of a Thanagarian,
Right.
like that's how they like prevent the function, the bodily function of creating and then shitting out the eggs.
Okay. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it would just be leaving eggs all over the place.
I mean,
eggs are
she's a
stored
bird.
in the tits, like how pee is stored in the balls.
We don't know at all how these Thanagarians work.
Yeah, that could just be their body. Maybe the eggs
Where
really
her
are in
tits
their
are
tits.
could just be 2 eggs.
Do you think
Maybe
she has
his abs are just eggs.
Well, he has normal nipples, normal like human nipples. So I'm assuming she does too, but we don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know that.
Well, that's why I say his abs because he's
Well, they're
got
not really
6
birds.
or 7 of them or something.
Yeah, it looks like
Like they wear bird costumes, but they're not actually birds.
Yeah, it's a weird. Yeah, they're not. They're not.
Like they're
bird
2
people. At all.
people.
Well, they're humanoid aliens who dress up like Earth birds and say they're cops from space.
Everything they're
And-
doing could be a huge lie. Like there
Well,
may not
they-
even be a Thanagar.
Later on, they mentioned something about human eyes, but they're being affected too, and I was going to point that out.
Okay, so then we check in with this smarmy IQ guy, and he's put on an ascot, and he's having a good time. And he has outfitted his hideout with a bunch of different pinwheels on the wall. And we'll find out why shortly.
We're gonna catch that stupid Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
Oh, he looks like oh god,
Charles
what was his
Nelson
name?
Riley.
yeah.
Charles Nelson Riley. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my
Or
terrible
Paul Lynde.
impression.
Or Paul Lynde. So he doesn't know how the Hawks are going to find him, if they're going to find him, but just to be on the safe side, he's used his super brain to create some sort of distorter that's going to fuck up their ability to trace him down.
And he's clearly not that much of a genius because he's smoking.
Dumb smokers.
But
are
he is a
jokers.
genius because he's able to drink a glass of water while still remaining in that position
Yes,
without
he's
pouring the water down his chest.
He's got water next to him, and he's relaxing in his weird hideout that has a transparent roof. It's all glass roof. Weird.
Someone should tell him though that they make glass so it doesn't bring in a lot of UV radiation.
Right. Well, maybe
Well,
he's
you
already
can't
coated
tan,
the glass that way.
with
It
a
might be
window.
the UV that gives it to him.
You know, we skipped over the fact that they're finding Quimby, the IQ man, by what do they have? They have a special super brain emanation device that can lock onto it when he's thinking. And the harder he thinks, the easier it is to find him.
Yeah,
It
that's
looks
not-
like a mushroom.
I mean, they
Yes.
are aliens.
Well,
allegedly.
yeah, I guess, you know.
Looked to me like he was squeezing a stress ball.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Just a stress ball.
He's just been lying about this stuff.
I think they're
All right.
lying about everything. I don't know. I don't know what these two like con artists.
What they really are up to here.
It's against the law to impersonate a police officer.
Not a space police officer. They're not saying they're human police officers.
Then what jurisdiction do they have? How are they getting away
They
with
have
this
none.
behavior?
They are vigilantes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd imagine their jobs at the museum would really take up a lot of their time.
Yeah, they put in a good solid 40, 50 hours a week apiece.
Dude, what time in the day are they Hawkman and Hawkgirl?
Maybe they don't have to sleep. you know?
Yeah, maybe maybe they sleep in little spurts.
Oh yeah, right. They die when they're 3.
Well, they got to get a lot. That's why they got to work so hard. They got to
Well,
don't have
and
much time.
And they do reincarnation, so
Well, not this version, but eventually, yeah, they'll retcon that and put it all together, and they'll be reincarnated Egyptian gods / aliens.
That's great.
It's so complicated.
That's great. Good for them. Never give up.
Never give up your dreams. You too can be a reincarnated Egyptian god / alien cop.
Thank you. That's all I
there's-
wanted to hear. I know we can stop now. We can stop
A
the
lot-
show.
a lot of-
I finally
oh,
got
great.
James to wish me that. All
Right.
right.
A
Goodbye,
lot of people
everybody.
think that once you hit your 40s, you got to give up your dream of being a reincarnated Egyptian god / space cop. But
Yeah,
you don't.
I don't want to.
Yeah, you don't ever have to. Here's one of my favorite panels. Hawkman. First, so Hawkman is hanging out with a bunch of birds. Not bird people, just birds.
Just regular birds.
yeah.
And he's printed out a picture of Quimby, which, by the way, does not look like the actual Quimby.
No,
Looks
not at all. It's a different
different.
guy.
Yeah,
picture.
that is
It's not
not
even
the
the right
same
guy.
man.
It's not the right guy.
He printed out a picture because he's not human, so all humans look the same to him.
Right, but I bet he knows every individual bird's name and
Knows
who
all
they
the
are
birds.
and like what they look like.
And so he's showing this picture to birds, and he's saying, "Let me know if you see this man." And they, of course, just tweet in response.
All right. So did you guys before this moment, before you read this book, did you know Hawkman could talk to birds?
I don't think I knew that. I'm not
No.
sure that I had ever seen that before.
Why can he talk to birds?
Because he's not a bird.
Because he's
No.
half
From this
bird.
planet.
He's a
Weird.
human in a bird costume.
He's not human.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know
Humanoid.
that,
He's a
Shée. We
humanoid.
don't know.
Well, we know he's not human.
Well, how do we know?
Unless that's
they
part
said
of the
so.
con. Part of the con,
I
yeah.
didn't never heard of no Thanagar.
I mean, Thanagar could be the multiversal version of Earth. That's one over where everything's great. That's that perfect Earth, I don't know.
I bet they just got bad credit.
Oh, and they
So
just split town.
So they just walked away from their lives.
Yeah, fuck this.
And like, hi, how about we be Hawkman and Hawkgirl? She goes, why can't I be a Hawkwoman?
It will be once women's liberation kicks in, but right now you're Hawk Girl.
No, that's how it is in quote Thanagar.
Yeah, they made up some planet Thanagar. So so Hawk Girl says to him like, "So did that bird understand you?" And Hawkman says, "I really don't know. I have
Why
no way
wouldn't
of
he?
knowing." Yes.
Because he doesn't tweet at them or like bird language to them. He speaks in plain English with a photo.
He shows them a picture of another guy and says he kind of looks like this. Let me know if you see him.
And the birds are like, yeah.
And the birds just tweet, and he's like, "Yep, message got across. That's good."
Yeah, well, I mean, they might have understood him.
There's no way for them to confirm. So then
I want there to be a
All
Hawkman movie, but Hawkman's played by Seth Rogen, right? And he
Sure.
wears the bird costume, lies about Thanagar, and talks to birds, but the birds, it works though. The birds understand him.
didn't he try to? Wasn't he trying to do something?
Chris
before?
Pratt? How about Chris Pratt?
I think he's on his way out. I think the
Come on, Chris
Pratt-assance
Pratt is
winding
Hawkman.
down.
Let's go. He talks to birds.
We already had a perfectly serviceable Hawkman. What is his name? Aldous
know.
Haba?
Was he hilarious? Because Hawkman's too
was not
stupid of a
hilarious.
character to not be hilarious.
He was a cool black dude.
Did he talk to birds?
He did not talk to any birds, to my knowledge. He was actually he was one of the highlights of the fairly mediocre Black Adam movie. I like the dude that they had playing Hawkman. He was not playing him like he is in the comics. He was sort of a sassy dude, but it was cool. I liked him.
I tried to watch that movie twice and I fell asleep both times. I still don't know if it's good or bad.
It's not great. It's just mediocre. Pierce Brosnan's great and Hawkman's great. All right. So anyway, back in the city, whatever city they're in, a bunch of people are taking a bunch of gold artifacts.
Yeah, it was take a present home day at the museum.
Yeah, so apparently they're setting up like some sort of public display of gold artifacts, but all these people are just walking the artifacts down the street in their hands to bring them. And so
Standard
this is
procedure.
poor planning on everyone's part, because now they're being pulled up in the air. They're flying up in the air. Someone's sucking all the gold out of their hands into the air.
It's Gene Hackman and his IQ gang.
It is. He's up there. IQ Man is up there with a net, like a butterfly net, catching gold artifacts, and there are the members of his gang. They're up in the sky on these like little pinwheel bicycle things.
Man, he may be IQ Man. He's supposed to be really smart because of some kind of alien radiation made him smart. But everything he does involves pinwheels.
Yeah. Well, it's also, keep in mind, he is smart as long as he's getting exposure to the sun. Okay?
Yeah, so what if he has? So you're saying he has like a big idea and then
Yeah.
like some
Forgets
cloud
it.
coverage, and he's like still tries to finish the big idea despite the fact he's not smart now. I
You
see.
know what the IQ Man is? He's one of those cheap solar-powered calculators you had as a kid, where you cover up the solar panel and it dies immediately.
Ah.
Yeah, that's how he works.
And then you write boobs in it.
You write boobs or boobless if you're
Yeah.
really advanced.
So you're really IQ man.
If you've had your calculator around for a while, calculator around for a while, you can figure out boobless.
Boobless.
That's on the bonus Patreon episode. We'll show you how to do that. So anyway, so the Hawks intercept this, and they decide to do, I guess it's called spilling, where you kind of like rob the air of like a sail on a boat. Like you kind of like block the air from hitting the sail so it can't move the boat. They're kind of doing the same thing with these stupid pinwheel bikes.
So they're referred to as mobsters, right? These goons, right?
Yeah.
It seems like you would really need is like a champion bicyclist in order to
Yeah.
even remotely do this, because the pinwheel flying devices that they are using require them to pedal nonstop.
Yeah, you really need to have strong lower body strength for this.
They really could have just waited for them to get tired.
Or just, shot those people with guns and took their gold.
Maybe
How did they get up
ride
that high?
Maybe they ride BMX in their downtime.
Now, like no one's has this much. There's the amount of pedaling needed in order to remain in the air is like something a human being could do.
Oh, they're pedaling all right. They're pedaling bullshit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're sucking it up like little baby birds.
And Hawkman, who believes his flying ability is superior, teabags one of the mobsters.
He does grab him
yeah.
with his legs and then just squats down. Nice.
Yep. Dip.
So when he has to get, well, that's how he maintains that form. He doesn't have that many hours. He's got to go to work all day, and then he's got to go be Hawkman. When's he going to exercise?
That's so disrespectful. Like, there's nothing you can do about it.
Teabagging a dying man.
Yeah, if you like teabag a guy, that he's gonna be so mad. Even though like Hawkman's like trying to save him, that guy's gonna be pissed that he got teabagged.
It's super emasculating. It's
Yeah.
actually a patriarchal remnant. Women don't go around teabagging each other, and if they did,
No,
I
they
don't
just spread rumors about a girl till they kill themselves.
Yeah, they just psychologically teabag them. So anyway, they get a couple of the IQ men, his gang, and they gotta get this last guy, and so Hawkman takes out his bolo. He's got a bolo, and he goes and he swings it around and he catches this guy on the bolo and he trips. Right, that's gonna be important in a moment.
He trips in the sky.
He trips in the sky. He trips over a cloud. And he falls. And so the Hawks grab these three guys from the IQ gang and they take them to a local chimney and they tie them to the chimney. And don't call the cops.
Nope, because what they're doing is illegal.
They're the cops.
If they call the cops, the IQ gang's going to say, like, hey, it's those Hawk people. They tied us up. Those Hawks that have no jurisdiction whatsoever.
Yeah, those liars impersonating police officers.
So, yeah, they got to kind of like fly under the radar here.
This mask means I'm a cop.
So they managed to find the IQ man using their power of looking up in the sky because he's just right there flying away.
Right there.
Like, all right, shit, let's go get that guy. And they go after him, and he's wearing his he wears glasses like Bono.
No, they're ski goggles.
Okay, all right, he's not really skiing. He's in the
No,
sky.
but that's like he just needed a supervillain costume, and he's just like, I got these ski goggles. How do I look? And they're like, I guess that's good.
Well, it probably
you thought-
protects his eyes when he's up in the sky.
Oh yeah, good thinking.
I don't know, man. I think he should have stayed in the sun a little longer before he came up with his supervillain costume.
Oh yeah, he's powered by the sun. Maybe he
Yeah.
just need like sunglasses that you can't easily like take off because he doesn't want to ruin his eyes with all the sunlight.
He saw that in a dream.
Yeah.
IQ people. All right. So the Hawks follow him under a giant, like you'd see in a Roadrunner cartoon, like a giant. What would that even be called?
Oh,
I don't know. That's when the coyote falls on him, and it's like a ledge, a wooden, like a rock ledge
Yeah,
out
a
in
cliff.
the desert, which is apparently just like 2 miles outside of a major metropolitan city.
I'm guessing like Hawkman and Hawkgirl live in Arizona.
Yeah, this is an Arizona, Colorado kind of thing, New Mexico.
Like they patrol the skies of Arizona.
Yeah, where they build their city right next to dangerous rock
Have
formations.
Hawkman and Hawkgirl landed on Earth appropriately? Yes, Thanagarian police commander. Soon we will let the humans know that Arizona will be protected by the Thanagarians.
It's the most important state.
They don't understand the importance of the
value.
land of Arizona.
They just love John McCain so much. And
John McCain was a
Mormons.
Thanagarian.
John McCain. That's why he's so popular there. And Mormons are also Thanagarians. That's why
That's why he couldn't be
going with.
president.
Couldn't be president. He tried, but
Are there
yeah,
a lot
he wasn't born
Oh
on
yeah,
Earth.
there are a lot of Mormons in Arizona, aren't
They are.
I'm a McCain Thanagarian birther.
Hell yeah. Let's see that long form birth certificate, John McCain's bones. He's been dead for a while now. Good man though. Good man.
No, none of them are.
John McCain, he was a pretty decent guy.
No one in politics is a decent guy.
All right. So anyway, the Hawks fly under this rock outcropping, and they get hit by a giant net, the natural enemy of the bird. and they get caught in this, and they can't get out.
The natural enemy of the bird is the windmill.
They couldn't figure out how to deal with a windmill or a net. So they've got all this futuristic technology, all these radiation things, couldn't figure it out. That's actually the end of the first chapter. They're stuck in a net, right?
Mm-hmm. Here we ask, are you a silent witness?
Yeah, this is a little public service cartoon from back in the day. And two kids see a man get hit by a car, and one of them doesn't want to report it.
Hell no, because he has drugs on him.
I was going to say, like, this dude's been up to something. He's very reluctant to get the police involved with this.
Right. And he's just like, were you going to let a man die because you have a little bit of weed in your pocket?
It's like, shut up, man. It's 1965. They will fucking murder me.
Yeah, they will. Actually,
I will
no, they
literally be
wouldn't. I
beaten
don't
to
think it was
death.
illegal yet.
1965? I assumed it was, but then
No,
again.
that was a Nixon thing.
At any
I
rate,
don't know, because Reefer Madness was before then.
Yeah, but it wasn't illegal. It was
Yeah,
just
but
a smear campaign.
all of that may have been lies, though. Maybe
I
none
don't
of
know.
that
I
happened.
don't know, Shea. To be honest, I'm
I don't-
talking out of my ass here.
I don't think there was a real Nixon. It didn't happen.
Nah, Nixon
no
ain't
such
real.
thing.
Come on, look at him.
You believe in Nixon, bro?
You believe in Nixon? I'm gonna be like that 10 years from now about Trump.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start
2024?
gaslighting people, let them know
Yeah.
that Trump isn't real.
Dude,
you believe in
watched all those-
Trump?
you saw those deep fakes? You thought that was real?
You thought that was real, bro? That's
Idiot.
what I'm gonna do for fun.
Yeah. It's very
1937.
Was
Oh,
when they made
okay.
it illegal, or when Reefer Madness was released?
It's when it was made illegal. That's when the
Oh, okay.
Marijuana Tax Act was passed, essentially making the plan illegal in the U.S.
Okay.
What a bunch of
All right.
dickheads.
So they see this guy get hit, and then one guy doesn't want to call the cops, and then he makes the weird
Pussy,
he makes the
eat
weird
pussy.
pussy
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
He puts
He's
his
like,
fingers
"Ah."
out. What is
He's
he
like-
doing?
He's just like, I don't know. It seemed like an inappropriate time to do it, making it really funny.
He's just trying to change the subject from calling the cops. Look what I just
No,
learned.
he's calling that dude a pussy for caring.
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
Come
you
on,
care about
bro.
dead people?
He just runs up and grabs his wallet.
Yeah. So
Get
they
his shoes.
They end up calling the cops. Cops call the ambulance. They take this guy away, and then the cops like, yeah, more people should be good, civil peoples, civil children, and call the cops when they see things like that.
You know, the kid was like, gosh, I'm a real terrible guy.
God, man, I really fucking suck. Now he wants to take credit for it though.
But now they see the guy in the hospital bed's like, thank you. And my two children want to thank you too. And they're like, Jesus, you were going to let this father of two die.
Yeah, you're a monster. Just
Yeah,
for a little
all that-
weed.
Yeah, this for a little bit of weed.
Yeah, and so he stops smoking,
Right
and it's
then and there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's right then and there, and that's actually kind of sad because he was one toke away
Yep.
from breaking through.
Yep, he
Yep.
was.
He was about to get there.
Sometimes the universe doesn't want you breaking through,
Yeah.
right? Existence doesn't want you doing that. So they put little roadblocks like, say, rescuing a dying man in your way
Right,
to prevent you from breaking through.
Yeah, they want to play on your empathy.
All right. How else are you supposed to be a reincarnated Egyptian police god?
You got to get out in the sun and raise your IQ so you can
Yeah,
outthink God.
Keep smoking little bits of weed.
Increasingly, increasingly just get a little bigger, a little bit
Even
more
at
weed
the
every day.
expense of a man's life.
Well, that man may have been an asshole. You notice his children aren't in the hospital room
Nope.
with him. Like,
Nope,
what are they-
because he didn't have any children. He's
He's
lying.
Everyone's lying in this book.
I bet he
right.
never got hit by any car.
Nope, there was no car. They didn't
no
have cars
car.
in 19. There were no cars in 1965. That's all
Bro,
deepfakes.
you believe in cars?
Dude, come on, Photoshop. I can do that on my phone.
Come on,
Put a
guys, use your
car.
brain.
Use your IQ, bro. All right. The back half, part 2, the amazing return of the IQ gang. So the Hawks are stuck in this net and they go twisting and a turning.
Like two real birds, they freak out because they're in the
You know,
net.
they're really taking the worst habits of being a bird.
Uh-huh.
Like there are good things that they could be adopting from birdhood, and they chose the worst aspects.
He didn't even try whistling at those birds. He just spoke to them in plain English.
He didn't want to insult them by assuming they couldn't speak English.
These are majestic creatures with a whistle language.
You know, whenever you meet somebody who speaks Spanish and you want to use your broken Spanish because you just assume that they can't speak English, and then they speak English and it's way better than your English and
Of
way better than
course.
your Spanish. So like that's all they're doing. Like he's
Yeah.
just insulting these birds. These birds are fluent English speakers.
James, you've been learning Spanish for a long time, yeah?
I mean, I haven't been lately, but I learned some basics, but I
You think
it's
it's impossible?
terrible.
when you're after a certain age? You think it's
No,
just impossible to learn?
No, I
another
don't think it's
language?
impossible at all. It's just it's more difficult, I'd say, but it's not impossible at all. No, absolutely not. You're never too old to be a reincarnated Egyptian prince, space god cop.
No,
or
that must
learn
suck. You're
Spanish.
reincarnated, right? And your ancient Egyptian ain't any good anymore.
Oh shit! How am I going to talk to Anubis?
Oh man, you think like Carter, while he's working at the museum, is just
Mm-hmm.
like looking at the translations of the ancient Egyptian. He's just like, these dumb motherfuckers.
They didn't know shit.
They don't know nothing about this
Any
language.
idiots don't speak Egyptian hieroglyphs. They think
Dude.
this stuff's intelligent, but it's actually
I think I'm a
moronic.
cop. I can really get my revenge on these guys.
So I'm just gonna fake being a cop, fake understanding what any of this means, and
I
just
think he
run a
pulls people
scan.
over.
On his like a bike, does he have like a police bike?
I don't know. What if he has like a helmet that has like a police light, right? And he makes the siren sound because he's a bird, and he like will swoop in and pull cars over. Yeah,
So they have to-
and
and
they're like,
people-
"What the
yeah.
hell is that?"
What? You're the police? I'm a police. I don't know if I'm supposed to give you any sort of respect. I don't know what this is. So they get out of this by turning. They have anti-gravity belts, by the way.
Yeah, that's how they fly. They're not actually flapping the wings,
Well, but other times they are flapping the wings.
right?
So I'm
'cause
not
his
sure.
character's dumb.
I don't know. Hawkman's great. It's just they got to iron out some kinks. And so they turn on. One of them turns on their anti-gravity to the max, and one turns on to the minimum. And they go in opposite directions, and they stretch the netting, which apparently causes it to rip open on the crags of this rock. And they go
Oh, you know what would
flying.
really happen though? They would be shredded into little pieces.
Oh, they're shredded, all right. We can see his abs right there. Look at
Oh,
that
yeah, I
as
guess
he's
we can.
diving. Ooh, looks so good.
The painted on pupils and the fake bird eyes just make them look like they don't care no matter what situation
Yeah,
they're in.
it makes him look very stoic. I got this. Don't worry, it's fine.
I am falling.
Whatever happens is fine.
It probably fucks with their enemies' minds.
They're probably just like, well, we'll just be reincarnated anyway.
If I were their villain, I would just be looking at the fact that like that's not your eye. That don't line up with your eye. Where's your actual eye? Mm-hmm. Fucks
You
me
can
up.
see his nose.
Yeah, you see his nose under his bird nose very clearly.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a convincing mask. All right. So they land on a building. They check out the chimney where they tied those IQ guys and go, shit, IQ took them, stole them back. We got nothing now. So now they're like, all right, well, I guess let's trace the trail back to the IQ man, I guess, again. But now somehow, and I'm not really sure what's going on here, but somehow IQ's used his power to like create a tornado of birds.
Yeah, he created
Yes.
a birdnado.
He created a bird NATO.
It doesn't explain.
Yeah, all these birds that are supposedly the Hawk's friends are now stuck in this tornado. And what Hawkgirl says is, you know what? Let's just not get involved with this.
You know, I bet he caused the tornado by using pinwheels.
Yeah, he had a lot of pinwheels set up, but then he had other pinwheels to make those pinwheels invisible.
I love that. I love
see
just the exact wording. It's just like, we need to leave them alone or be responsible for their deaths.
Yeah, apparently they didn't read that comic book about the two kids and their weed. Like, you're supposed to call somebody about this. You're supposed to be involved.
They didn't because they're not really the police.
Because they don't care and they don't want the police showing up.
Maybe they just think so lowly of humans. They're like, humans cannot police themselves.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to need a strong arm.
What
a
if they're
firm
like
arm.
they were the two worst officers on the force? And they're like, we got to get rid of these guys.
Yeah, these fucking losers, these schmucks.
You know? What if it's like, or they're too good of police officers and it's like the plot of Hot Fuzz?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I like these ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going
You
with
and I,
that.
you know what? Three of us, let's just write a Hawkman movie. Let's just write it.
There were rumors about it years ago, and it never came to fruition, but it's only a matter of time. We'll see the Hawks again.
I keep hearing you guys talk about Hawkman in like Black Adam and
Yeah.
Dr. Fate's like, man, they should have just made the movie about those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have enjoyed that more, but actually, I'm not sure if it's Hawkgirl or Hawkwoman, is in Supergirl coming out, or Superman coming out in the summer, so the Hawks are coming back.
Did The Rock even try to have an Egyptian accent, like an
No,
ancient Egyptian
no,
accent?
no,
He just talked like The Rock, huh?
He's talking like rock, and he's also they didn't.
Yikes.
I'm okay. I'm okay with the fact that he doesn't have Black Adam's hair. Okay, fine, but give him the pointy ears. At least give him the
mean,
pointy ears, and he wouldn't
Let
do
him
the
talk
pointy
like
ears.
he's from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Why does he sound like The Rock?
If that movie came out in like 2005, I'd say pretty cool. But it was too late. Too little too late.
That's silly.
Yeah.
That's silly. It's like that Tom Cruise movie where they all play like Nazi generals and they all and none of them no one has a German accent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing the best we can. We're doing the best we can out here. All right. So back at IQ's hideout, the gang members they're worried that the Hawks are going to come find them, and IQ Man says, "Don't worry about it. I've been able to scramble up their signal. They'll never find us now." Okay. But here's the thing: back when Hawkman threw his bolo at the one guy, Akma here left a coating on some dude's trousers. That's what he says. That's his words, by the way.
Yes. Well, radioactive.
I coated that guy's trousers. I coated that dude's trousers with my radioactive bolo.
Which means that he just put radioactivity on a human.
Well, what if like by the time he got back to the hideout, he was already starting to feel really sick?
Yeah.
Like his leg is burned.
In fairness, most things are radioactive. They're just able to probably detect it at a very, very small level. Bananas are radioactive, and I won't have you talking shit on bananas.
Dinosaur bones are so radioactive they have to be painted in lead.
Do you think, James, that because you eat so many bananas that you're a little more radioactive than the normal person?
Technically, yes.
Bananas are delicious.
I mean, my opinions are certainly toxic. I'll tell you that much.
I'll die of banana toxicity before I give up eating banana.
And when I die, I'm going to be so content that my heart's going to be way lighter than a feather.
I see you ate all the bananas.
That was the key to contentedness in life.
That was it. That's why we made it so delicious.
Yeah, I knew that. Can I get into heaven now?
And they're going to tell you,
very high,
James, no, because you're not baptized.
Shit.
You don't need to be baptized to go to, I don't know, the underworld. What do they do after you pass the test?
Don't you
Heaven.
know,
Maybe no one has because because everyone has shit.
Well, because they're all freaked out when they die. Like you can't. It's not fair to weigh their heart then.
Yeah, nobody comes back.
You got to put them in.
Everyone goes to the gator.
You got to give them a moment to rest up. Jesus. Anyway, Hawkman is holding his bolos, and it looks like they're truck nuts. Like, this would look good on the hitch of my F-150. So they're going to trace that radiation back to the IQ gang, right?
Yep, and so they bust through the door, flying directly at someone in their bird costumes, looking terrifying.
That's a giant door, by the way. That's like a 6-foot wide door.
Yeah, they're going to kill these guys.
So this is why it matters that there were pinwheels throughout the walls of his hideout. He hits a button, and the pinwheels activate, and it's basically a macro version of what he used to get out of prison. The entire room is now invisible. Nobody can see anything in the room.
No one can see, but what we can see is how terrifying that eyeball is on his costume.
Yes, it's way off. If I were the artist here, I would read that script and I'd go, oh, great, I don't have to draw anything on this page.
Nope.
It's just a free page. But no, they actually have to like draw little dots to signify that they're invisible. But I would have just said, like, making an artistic choice. All these panels are completely white.
Yeah, I'm sure the kids reading this would be really
they're
happy
paid per panel or per page or whatever.
Yeah,
so I
got a page rate. Yeah. I still get paid for that page.
I bet he tried that and they sent it back. Oh, draw the fucking comic.
Dude, you're already on Hawkman, man. You're on thin ice. Do not fuck this up.
You're on the chicken book. You want to stay on chicken book forever?
You are one step from the curb, buddy. So they end up, Hawkman decides to flap his wings, which apparently he can do, even though they're not his actual physical wings. They're not attached.
They're not his physical wings. He flies with a belt.
Yeah.
Right? The belt. So how does it propel him forward and backwards? Like, how does the belt work?
I don't know.
Because if it's just an anti-gravity belt, it would just like, he just hit the ceiling. Yeah, he just goes up. And the wings are just like party costume wings. Like they're not. I mean, they're nice.
They're pretty
but
good wings.
Like they don't actually. It's impossible for them to actually work as flying devices.
Those feathers look heavy as shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the kind of feather you'd want.
I need a couple of those. Yeah.
If you're going through some kind of afterlife test,
I need to steal a couple of those feathers off the Hawks for a project.
The heaviest feather you got.
Yeah. Yo, bro. All right. So.
What if your heart weighs less than a feather? Then what do? Do you get a better heaven?
You're the new Jesus.
Oh, you're going back as new Jesus.
Your new Jesus.
We found him.
It's going to be way better this time, we promise.
Yep. Now they got social media, so it's gonna be a lot harder for them to crucify you, but it'll be a lot easier for them to crucify you in an electronic way.
Yeah, it's a lot easier for you to get canceled. That's the real crucifixion.
Yep. Because we're not sinning, right?
So, the IQ man's next move.
And then after they kill him, he sees Anubis again, and he weighs his heart, and it is way too fucking heavy, and he gets tossed to the gators.
It's just not a fair system. That's all I'm saying.
It's not. It's like when they tried to look at witches.
Yeah. We're going to drown the witch, and if you float... Yeah, that's bullshit.
Fucking Anubis is looking him dead in the eyes with his fucking front forward dog face. And he's like, everyone goes to the crocodile. Just tosses him.
No one ever makes it. No one ever fucking makes it. Because he wants to be alone. Anubis doesn't want to hang out with
crocodile.
People. Like, dude, I don't want you guys hanging out here. I like being alone.
What if that's all we are? All humanity, we're just like crocodile food.
Crocodile
that's what the whole reason we exist is so that the gods could feed their underworld crocodile.
Well, we're going to find out about the Crocodile-Men soon, though. But we got to finish up the IQ man first. And so the IQ man's next move, because the invisibility isn't working, so he hits another button. And this is where the splash page at the beginning of the comic comes in. He distorts the light so that everybody sees everyone's body parts floating around randomly inside the room. A little weird. Not sure the science is sound on that, but it looks cool. Mm-hmm. So the Hawkman just goes, well, I don't know who I'm punching. I can't control where my fists go, but I'm just going to do it anyway.
Based on how his mask sits on his face, I don't think he ever knows who he's punching.
Yeah, he's got no peripheral vision. He's got no
how
vision,
does he
really.
fucking see?
There's a lot going. The costume's doing a lot of the heavy lifting for him.
Like the mask, like where the beak is where his eyes are.
Yeah, he even looks a little bit like, shit, I hope this works.
Yeah.
I've been faking this for a long time. So he just starts swinging wildly, hoping he doesn't punch his wife in the face.
Nope.
Luckily, he doesn't.
Nope. But what he does do is he starts to destroy the pinwheels on the wall.
Yeah, he starts getting lucky hitting some of the pinwheels. And Hawkgirl has a good idea. She says, well, we can't really see anything, but if we just kind of reach for the walls and go in any direction to the wall and then just start like beating our wings against the wall, eventually we'll knock those pinwheels down.
But the first thing she does is, while using her anti-gravity belt, like jumping knees a guy in the face.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you got to take advantage of that.
Actually, it's the IQ man she knees in the face.
Is it really the IQ man?
Boom, shatters
It's hard
his
to tell.
jaw.
I think they all have the glasses at this
Look
point.
at her
yeah?
powerful legs and caboose.
God, she's in such good shape.
I don't
She
even
does
know
the
which ones are
squats.
hers anymore.
How does she? She's the one with the high heels.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's the one been doing the squats.
Like how does she have such powerful legs when her superpower is flying?
Because she does
Because she
kegels when she
doesn't-
grabs people.
She doesn't skip leg day.
Yeah, I know, but like you'd think that would be a low priority for them.
I don't know. Well, maybe their Thanagarian DNA just keeps them jacked at all times.
You know, I would use the anti-gravity belt to like reverse it to make things heavier for my body and just walk around all day, and that'll be my working out.
Yeah, but you gotta have like I've started running with ankle weights, and that'll fuck you up a little bit.
Yeah, if one wrong turn, roll your
Yeah.
ankle.
Well,
goodbye.
I've been doing it on the treadmill. I'm too scared to run out in the real world.
Yeah,
with
no,
10
that's
pounds
not.
of weights on my.
You mean
ankles.
too wise?
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have pretty high IQ.
Get a lot of sun.
They managed to smack all these pinwheels based on Hawkgirl's idea. Although Hawkman's going to take credit for it, and it was 1965, and she's just going to accept that.
Well, she's his wife.
So her ideas belong to him.
So you know how there was Asbestos Man and Asbestos Woman?
No.
And then they were villains for the Fantastic Four, I think.
Did we do this?
No, I don't think so.
No, we didn't do it. And then years and years and years later, they brought them back, and one of them died from mesothelioma.
Oh, Marvel.
Seems about right.
Do you think they would bring back this guy and make him have skin cancer?
Yeah, he has skin cancer.
The IQ man.
Yeah.
because he had to have so much sun.
DC Comics, Ira Quimby. Let's see if he came back again. Quimby, vote Quimby. Ira Quimby. It looks like he's been back. IQ. He just goes by IQ, I guess, is what they call him.
Nah, we're gonna keep calling him the IQ man.
So first appearance, 37 appearances. Let's see what one of the more recent appearances was. He's in one of the 52 Aftermath tie-ins. Yeah, I don't think he's been used in a few years, but he was used about a decade ago. So, we'll have to look into that. I'll have to see what he was up to. But
Man, 52
was in
was
52?
10 years ago.
tie-in for 52. He worked with Prometheus. Prometheus, that's a villain people are sleeping on, by the way. Prometheus is great. Stealing technologies in preparation for his latest attack on the superhero community. To ensure that nobody could thwart his plans, Prometheus poisoned Quimby. It sucks. Causing Quimby's brain to regress to that of an infant. When Prometheus left Quimby, he had apparently lost his memory of toilet training, and his last words were toffee apples.
Oh, that's kind of brutal.
Yeah, Prometheus doesn't fuck around.
He was in 52.
Oh, okay.
He was one of the scientists that was brought to the island.
Oh, that's like when you talk about like being like a big fish in a small pond, or a small fish in a big pond. That's when you're a small fish in a big pond. Like you were the smartest guy in your little pond, but now you're hanging out with like Lex Luthor and Brainiac and Prometheus. Like you don't belong there.
No, you're there to get coffee.
Yeah, you're the expendable guy. All right. So after they destroy all the pinwheels, the Hawks then punch the IQ man in the face, and they send him to jail, and then they decide to steal one of his pinwheels and put it up next to the fucking giant dildo that I guess IQ used on a previous scheme.
Mm-hmm. Right? Or they found it, more likely they found it in his apartment.
They found it in a hidden drawer in his night cabinet.
And they're Thanagarians, so they don't know what a dildo is. And they're like, this must be one of his weapons.
Don't touch it, it might be radioactive. And they just look at it, and then when friends come over, they don't want to tell them and embarrass them.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a dildo. Batman's eating popcorn while he's on this tour of their spaceship.
They look at that flared bottom, and they just know.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like, so these are the trophies, huh? I got a trophy room, too. Batman's like not impressed. And he's like, hey, what's that? That's a dildo,
So you got a dildo and a pinwheel. Great trophy room, guys. I got a dinosaur.
What about IQ, man? You should see my giant penny.
Yeah, he's a good one. IQ. Boy,
how did I get it in there?
Him. Yeah.
I'm Batman.
Yep. Did I disassemble it and reassemble it? I don't know. Not telling anybody. I did stumble on a moment. Speaking of Arkham Shadow, I just experienced this today, and I told Shea about it because it was like my favorite moment in the game. There's a really tense moment where you're Batman, you're running through some hallways and everything, and then you see a painting on the wall of a rooster, like just a rooster standing in a field, like a really gaudy, shitty painting. And if you want to, you can stop and go over there and analyze it. And then in the gritty Batman voice, he says, Alfred, I want to have this painting for the study. It speaks to me. It's the funniest thing. It's so good. And he goes, and you hear Alfred on the comms go like, I will take down the Van Gogh. It's such a great moment in such a tense part of the game. It's really, really good. All right. So here's our second story. It's called Attack of the Crocodile-Men.
Mm-hmm. What's this one about?
Yep.
It's how Elton John wrote Crocodile Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, this is what he was writing about this story.
Yeah, the big picture here is like Hawkman knocks their guns away by showing them his taint.
What is he doing? He's going to shatter his pelvis.
No,
he's going to teabag both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, so if that's how his belt, so in order for him to get in that position, right, because of how his belt works, was he laying down in the river and then pressed the belt and then
he just flung up,
knocking the guns out of the guy's hands?
I mean, I imagine that's the only thing that's going to actually work, because like this is not going to stand around and wait for him to pull off this move.
And thankfully, these guys are wearing masks that already make them look surprised.
Yeah. So the Crocodile-Men. Picture super jacked naked men, as I often do, and then they've got little booty feet, like Robin's little booty shoes, and then they've got crocodile scaled gloves,
which would make it hard to pull a trigger of a rifle.
They're webbed fingers on their gloves.
You gotta squeeze the trigger.
This ain't gonna work. Yeah, and then they've got giant green man panties that go up past their belly button, high waisted, not a good look. Mm-hmm. And then they've got giant fake crocodile heads.
Giant fake tits.
But other than that, naked men with glistening abs.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's paint a picture for that. So this story opens up with Shée, who's Hawkgirl. I don't think we ever mentioned that was her name.
I thought Shée.
Shée? Did I say
I only know that
Shée?
because of the cartoon show. They said it all the time.
Shée. Well, they didn't want to call her
Shire.
Hawk Girl.
Nope.
They're gonna call somebody Hawk Girl. It's
No,
whatever.
how
year
about, why
it
not
is.
officer?
Officer? Oh yeah. Well, you don't call the Green Lanterns officer. They always call the Green Lanterns by their actual names.
No, maybe because they're not
Hey.
fascists.
Was Guy Gardner named after Gardner Fox?
There's a good chance. Let me see. I don't know because now I kind of want to find that out because that's
Maybe maybe they named the character after the guy's gardener.
Guy Gardner was created by John Broome and Gil Kane in 1968. I don't know, but I'm gonna say sure. I'm gonna say that's why.
Wait, 1968?
Yeah, so
Did
a
he have
couple
a
years
bowl-
after this.
Did he have a bowl cut in
Oh,
1968?
you damn well know he had a bowl cut.
No,
Yeah, it's
look,
right
there's
here.
no bowl cut.
Oh yeah, I guess it. I mean, it's. Yeah, I guess it's
That was
not
a
really
lame
bowl cut.
90s thing they did.
I don't think it was. No, he definitely had it in the 80s.
Yeah, he for sure had it in the 80s.
Why would they give him a bowl cut?
Guy Gardner Fox. Let's see if I can find that out. Yeah, I'm going to say that's true. I'm going to say that's why they named him that. I have nothing really to back it up, but it seems about right. It makes sense for the timeline.
Why give him a bowl cut?
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I just found it. Artist Gil Kane patterned Guy's appearance on actor Martin Milner. The character was not named after the NASA astronaut Guy Gardner, but after fan Guy H. Leland III and writer Gardner Fox. Named after a combination of Gardner Fox and just some fan.
Oh, nice. There we
Some
go.
dude. Whoa! Guy H. Leland III. Yeah.
He's got his own Wikipedia page. He's not just
Wow.
some fan.
What a winner. What a winner to get his own Wikipedia
Oh, he's
page
a
just by being
magazine
fan.
publisher.
And a fan writer. He's been nominated twice for a Hugo.
Good for you, Guy. All right. And he's also a lawyer. Okay, well this guy won.
Not a loser.
Not a loser, big winner. The biggest winner.
We just assumed because we saw a comic fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
If the baseline information I have about you is that you're a comic book fan, I'm going to assume you got a steep hill to climb.
Nope,
to,
he was
be
a lawyer.
winner. Yeah. Cool. So anyway, getting back to this story. Shira is Shira. She's dusting the artifacts in their museum, and they've got this dog, this Anubis dog looking sculpture, and she's dusting it down because she's a woman in 1965, I guess. And as that happens, the dog glows, and she screams, and she disappears.
Wait a minute. Does this mean that Hawkman works by day as a museum curator and he hired his wife to be the cleaning lady?
And to hide his secrets for him, yes. Well, I don't know that she necessarily is always cleaning, but I figure if it's a small museum and you are a proprietor of it, you walk around dusting from time to time. You care
I'd
about it.
imagine, though, as a space cop, she would be like, I don't need to be fucking doing this. This is where my career is. I'm dusting a fucking dog.
Yeah, she doesn't seem super invested in it. So, well, she gets teleported away. And Hawkman says, well, I got to find her. And so, apparently, this should be a very urgent problem, but he
does he?
decides... What would my life be like? Well, he makes it sound like it's an urgent thing, but you notice that he gets out of all of his curator clothes, his professional clothes, and puts on his Hawkman outfit.
What if he was just looking for an excuse to dress up as Hawkman? He's like, oh, thank God.
I haven't been Hawkman in 2 days. I'm about to wild. I'm wilding out here. So he picks out another Thanagarian invention, a radiotron that's designed to pick up traces of any known radiation. Sounds
What if
very
to
familiar.
save on effort, whenever one of them gets kidnapped or killed, the other one just shoots themselves? They're like, yeah, we'll just reincarnate and see each other later.
I almost would guarantee that's happened at some point where they've
Oh,
just
yeah.
let themselves die to reincarnate.
Like, all right. Or what if it's like a kidnapping thing too? It's like, I gotta go save you from all this kidnapping. All right, when you get a chance, kill yourself and I'll just kill you.
Fuck, I'd rather die than do that again, right?
They're like, man. She's like, I'm like, how attached are you to this lifetime? She's like, I'm cleaning.
fine.
I'm dusting a fucking dog, Carter.
Yeah.
What do you
I can
think?
leave.
He's like,
I
all
can
right,
leave."
just kill yourself when you get a chance. I'll see you later.
All right, fine.
And then, she grabs one, she escapes from her bonds and grabs the bad guy's gun and just shoots herself in
well,
front of
that's
them.
what-
And they're like, oh, what the hell?
That's why they got to keep their own suicide pills on them. You never know when you just want to get out, peace out of the situation.
Yeah, peace out.
So he uses this radiotron to pick up some radiation from the dog and decides to use that to follow the radiation signal and figure out where his wife is. And apparently
Flies
it's in
across.
ancient Egypt.
Yeah, he's in his costume allows him to fly across the world.
This would take days. This is a long trip.
Yeah, right. Even on like a jetliner, that would be a
Yeah.
really long trip.
It takes a long time. So he gets over there and he starts to land and he sees some locals, and the locals are scared of him and they say, we're going to have to slay him.
Yep, and so he decides to beat them all mercilessly because he's a police officer.
These acts of violence will convince them I'm a friend. and that's what happened. They attack him. He tries to stop them. They don't listen, and so he immediately just goes, well, I'm just going to beat the shit out of you then.
Dude,
And
he breaks
does.
one guy's jaw, and then he picks up another dude and hits another dude with that guy.
Yeah, that guy's never going to walk again in his life.
Dude, look at that. He grabs him and body slams him into another guy.
Yeah.
And so then they finally learn the lesson. He goes, hey, you want to listen? You ready to listen up now? You ready?
So he in this now he's played by Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Now he's big. Now he's a 6'7"
Those were-
monster.
Those were wrestling moves.
Yeah, he's Dwayne
Yeah.
the Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
He played Hawkman and Black Adam, from what James and Shea tell me.
Yep, he was Hawkman in Black Adam. Black Adam, of course, played by Chris Pratt.
And Hawkgirl was the Hawk 2 girl.
Yep. You know, if she does not have a cameo
Right.
in the Superman movie, just being
Yeah.
being a fan of Hawkgirl,
No, she needs to be Hawkgirl just
they
to
need
make
to-
everyone super mad.
they're gonna have to go in and deep fake her in. They already shot it, but they're gonna have to deep fake.
You know,
her
that's
into
what they
the-
would do if it was a Marvel movie.
Yeah, a lot of they get so elaborate with what they'll CG later. Like they don't know, like even basic little props, they don't know what they're going to actually use in the final movie. And there's a scene in one of the Spider-Man movies where Spider-Man tests whether or not Matt Murdock is blind. And he throws like a ball at him and he grabs it. That ball is CG because they didn't know what it was going to be. And at one point it was going to be like a brick. So that's how much they figured this out later, is they're just like throwing around
Wow.
just green screen equipment and going like, we'll figure out what this is later.
That's probably an expensive way to go about it.
I mean, it can be, but it just doesn't look authentic. Like it just isn't believable. Like just who cares? Just make it a fucking ball.
No, it's a Spider-Man movie. It's not believable, and who cares?
The fact that it is so unbelievable is all the more reason to make it believable where you can, so that I can believe the crazy shit when that happens. You gotta give me something to ground me.
Something to believe in, would you
You gotta give
say?
me something to believe in. All right, so Hawkman explains to these guys, listen, putting aside the fact that I just paralyzed all you guys, I am your friend. I'm here. If other people have been showing up wearing weird animal heads, those are bad guys. I'll deal with them, okay?
You know, he thinks of them as like illiterate dolts.
Yeah.
But, you know, they speak English.
Yeah, he gives them less respect than he gives the birds.
Yeah, well, they did attack them, and the birds didn't.
Yeah. Well, the birds just didn't see any point.
But now the birds aren't talking to him because he left them in that tornado.
Yeah, they're all dead now.
Then word got around.
Hopefully there weren't any crows in that tornado, because crows will remember that shit and they'll pass their grudges on to their family and friends.
Yeah, based crows.
Crows are fucking I probably mentioned this on the show, but it bears repeating. If you piss off a crow, you might as well just leave town.
Yeah, just
because
leave town.
that crow, it remembers your face. It can train other birds to enact its revenge for you, and they can use compound tools. They can put tools together with their beak and use them as weapons.
You think that's why they picked the crow in the movie The Crow?
Yes.
Because they're
Exactly
like,
why.
it's perfect for a vengeful, thing.
I went as a crow this year for Halloween.
The
Kind
movie
of.
The Crow or an actual crow?
No, the bird, because then I was crochet.
Ha ha! All
She
right.
she
All
And I
Crocheted
crocheted
a
like a
shawl.
shaw with wings.
No, you should have went
Shawl.
full like crow costume, like with the face paint and the leather
Well,
jacket.
Well, there's plenty other ways to make this
Yeah.
to make crochet work as a pun, and then
Yeah,
there's
but that
also
would've
just
been
lots of things that have the word "shay" in them. Unfortunately,
Well, it would have been really cringy. That would have been fun. You want to wear the
Yeah.
cringiest costume you can.
If you went super goth, yeah, that'd be cool.
People wearing crow costumes. God, that used to be a real popular.
I mean,
Halloween
real
costume.
deep dive would be Crow from MST3K.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
You get all the crows together. You get that crow and the
Counting
comic book
crows? I guess I
Counting
could
crows.
go-
The Counting
You-
Crows
well,
will do the
you-
soundtrack of our movie.
Yeah.
Sure, the soundtrack. You get Cheryl Crow in there,
Yeah.
beautiful
Sheryl Crow.
woman. There's a lot of the black crows. You can get all the crows
the
together.
black crows.
All the best crows. I'm sure I'm going to hear this episode later. And I'm going to go, oh, shit, I
Russell?
forgot the best crow. There you go,
yeah,
Russell
Russell
Crowe.
But the like older fat
Cameron?
Russell Crowe.
Cameron Crowe, yeah, Cameron Crowe, all the crows. Crow Gang rise up.
Joe
Crow Gang
Krogan?
rise up.
Yeah, Joe Krogan, the bird
Wow.
version of Joe Rogan.
It's shockingly similar to the normal version of Joe Rogan.
Both managed to get Trump. Crazy.
Yeah, got him. You got him.
And not Bird Trump either. Krogan
No.
got Trump.
Yeah,
No,
Krogan
well-
got. Man, they really did do the podcast circuit this time around, didn't they?
They were doing the manospheres. That was whether or not it worked will remains to be seen. But yeah, somebody told Trump, you know what you need to do is you need to do all like the He-Man alpha male guy podcasts, and he did. But women find that stupid.
I don't think Theo Vaughn counts as a He-Man guy.
I think
podcast.
he'd like to be. I think he'd like to consider
Theo
himself
Vaughn.
one.
That guy's so funny. I love that dude.
Anyway, okay. So, speaking of dudes I love, Hawkman explains to these guys what's up, and they explain to him that the priests of the crocodile god Sebek have stolen. They're using transportation to steal. They're using some sort of mystical device to steal their youths and work in their tombs.
I love how like American
And-
comic book writers thought that like local Egyptians were still like into the old
Heathens?
gods.
Yeah.
I want to say, James, the way that you worded it, I just want to emphasize that they were stealing their children, not stealing their youth.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
their
It's phrased
years.
as their youth. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is. James was reading the comic, but I'm just trying to emphasize here since it's
Yeah.
Oh,
audio
I
medium,
see. Okay.
that
yeah,
it's not that. It's they
Yeah.
stole them kids.
Well, I stumbled on a lot of things. I felt my IQ dropping the sunset. All right, I was getting things wrong.
It was Indiana Jones and the whatever one that is,
Yeah.
where they steal kids.
Like they'd be Muslim.
Yeah, they would just be normal people putting on ties and going to work.
Yeah, they. Yeah. What do they think?
I mean, we saw what they thought.
Well, the writers. What do the writers think? Like yeah,
Did he go back in time to like the Middle Ages? Like what the fuck?
Like Gardner Fox is a big fan of science, not so much a big fan of anthropology
Or geography?
or geography. So anyway, all right. So he's like, Hawkman goes, all right, I know what's going on. There's some sort of con man here who's pretending to be Sebek. So they've created a force field around this valley. I got to see if I can get into the force field.
He's got some nerve calling another guy dressed as an Egyptian
con man.
deity a con man.
This is
Like,
my
he's
thing.
Yeah.
He's pretending to be Horus. He's pretending to be a cob. He's
Yeah.
pretending to be from planet Thanagar. He's pretending to be a reincarnated king of Egypt.
Yeah.
And I
he's
like
already-
too.
yeah.
There's a bubble that will kill you, and he's like, "Well, this is proof they're not gods."
Yeah, actually,
yeah, it seems like something a god would do.
Yeah.
seriously, Akma, what are you doing here?
He's like, force field. So somehow these amazing criminals have a force field that, if
Yeah.
touched, you will be obliterated. And for some reason, they're criminals.
Right. They're not just going to use the force field to become rich industrialists.
Yeah, that seems to be what you do, right? Sell out to Apple.
Hawkman throws some dirt on it, and he sees that it just gets destroyed when it hits the dome. So he's like, all right, I'll have to figure out something else. I can't just fly into it, right?
So he pulls out his boombox and plays his favorite song, and he thinks,
Which is In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel.
and Gabriel's an angel. All right, I see what you did there. And he decides to believe really hard and fly through the force
Yeah.
field.
So he picks out the Radiotron. That
You've
does look like
got
a
the
boombox.
touch, and you've got the power. Yeah.
There was a time in
Wow.
our national history where if you took an existing invention and put a radio in it, people would buy that shit up. And that's what's going on here. It's a radiation detector, but it's also a radio.
It looks like the radiation detector realizes it's about to dive straight down like a few hundred feet. And
Oh,
it's like,
shit!
oh shit! It's got a scared face.
So apparently
does.
the radiation detector can also emanate radiation if need be. So Hawkman uses it to irradiate himself just a little bit with the
Where
with
he
the,
passes out and falls to his death.
with the same radiation that his wife got exposed to. And then he just decides, rather than like try this with like a toe at first, he decides to just dive headfirst into the shield and hope this works.
All right, so his thought was if he uses too much of this kind of radiation, he'll teleport into the enemy base just like Shire did.
Which is what he wants. He should
So,
want.
so like, all right. Fast forward to the end of the book. Like, something happens where they're upset that they can't replicate the teleportation technology when here he clearly fucking did.
Yeah. Well.
Yep. Good
yeah.
point.
Well, you know what? They had to crank this out quickly, okay? We got to get to the Crocodile-Men. So, luckily, he goes through the shield, and he sees a waterfall, and there's a couple of the Crocodile-Men. Finally, we meet the Crocodile-Men.
Like, I don't understand. Like, if they're behind a death bubble, they're not going to be expecting company.
No, so why do they have guns?
Why are they dressed in their crocodile outfits is what I'm
I
asking.
mean, they're living the gimmick. I don't know.
Yeah, that's their everyday wear.
Yeah, what if that was the selling point on this job?
Like, you can wear whatever animal skin you want to wear, and they all three went crocodile.
Crocodile.
100%
Then they're like,
crocodile.
oh, then they did some kind of complicated handshake
Yeah.
with each other.
And Sebek's going, dude, I really don't need 3 crocodiles. It's going to look stupid.
Oh no, we're the crocodile boys.
No, I'm not going to know which one you are. I'm not going to know your individual names. I'm not going to be able to know who I'm calling for. Fuck.
It's okay. We're all
already
named
so-
Liam.
They're already so excited.
God
They
damn
can't
it.
stop
Fine.
it now.
Fine.
You can't
3
stop
crocodiles.
it. They're so happy they all
We
said
look like-
crocodile at the same
God.
time.
We look like fucking idiots out there. Great. 3
Oh,
crocodiles.
they are now. They went from strangers to best friends.
Yeah, they're buddies. Well, at the time, crocodiles were the coolest animal you could be.
They might still be.
Yeah, they are pretty cool.
Pretty
So-
cool. They don't have complicated feelings.
Yeah. So Hawkman beats the shit out of these crocodiles. Don't ask how, he just does.
One of his biggest moves is hitting one dude with another dude.
And he's good at it.
Yeah.
He kills one of them right here.
Dude, he slammed 2 of their spines together.
It says
Like-
splat.
He punches a guy in the throat.
You know, Batman's hurt a lot of people, but I don't think he's ever used one guy to paralyze another guy and paralyze them both in the process.
I mean, Hawkman is like, he has a gravity machine that he
Yeah.
uses to fly. I imagine he also uses it to brutalize people.
I mean, he's a cop.
He's a cop. Hashtag
Oh.
not all cops.
Not all cops. We like cops now. Cops are cool now.
Now we like him again.
Very counterculture of me. Now I think cops are the best.
That's right, dude. Following the law is now the most punk rock thing you can do.
Ah, we got you.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys, all these years, you were breaking the law. We were just getting you in our trap.
Yeah, now you're in the manosphere.
Yep. Now you're in the manosphere. You're going to call the cops when you see somebody getting run over in the street.
I've been talking to people like that, and I've been saying MGTOW just to piss everybody,
Nice.
off.
What does that mean?
It's supposed to be MGTOW, who's men going their own way, but it's spelled like MGTOW, like a tow truck. So I've been calling it MGTOW.
I mean, I don't know why anyone would be upset about that unless they were really in that ecosystem.
Yep. Yes, James. That's
Oh,
who
you're-
I'm talking to.
Oh, you know those guys?
That's what I'm
Oh.
doing. I'm trying to make people mad here.
Shucks.
It's called trolling people on the internet, James, for fun.
Oh, they're not going to change.
Yes, but I want to enjoy myself.
Yeah. All right.
I
So he
don't
beats-
care if they get better. In fact, you know what? I don't want them to.
Don't want them. You wanna
because I
keep it
want
up.
my fun to continue.
I just want to have fun. At one point, we do very clearly see inside the crocodile mask to the
And the guy's
chubby
like,
dude.
oh.
Yeah.
You see how pale he is compared to the rest of his body. Because
Well,
it's not
dude,
getting any sun.
It's
That's
not
why his
getting any
IQ's so
sun.
low.
His IQ is low too.
That's what made him put on a crocodile outfit. Because his IQ got too low.
He's got that giant jaw that's got to be hard to move around.
I love it, like with the surprise punched in the throat alligator head. The costume looks surprised.
Ah! Oh no!
It's like with the bad guys hand out costumes, right? He goes, "Why does my alligator look so surprised?" He's like, no reason."
They look like the Ninja Turtles from the first movie.
He's expecting Batman.
Yeah, yeah.
This,
Shit.
this guy shows up and
I
kills
go,
2 people.
I fucking got Akma. God damn it.
Whoa! You just killed 2 people.
So, Hawkman, Ankma, dispenses with the goons, and he goes and finds his wife in a cell, and she proceeds to give him her life story and just explain every moment that's happened since she was teleported away.
He's like, okay, so you teleport here and they captured you. Got it.
Well, no, there's more to it than that.
The entire exposition for this story is done in these 5 panels by
Yeah.
Shira? Is that how you
Shaira.
say it?
Shaira.
Shira.
Maybe they just felt like she didn't have enough screen time.
Yeah, well, but they kind of it's pretty disrespectful because they say, okay, first of all, she was stolen by an organization called Criminal Alliance of the World, or CAW, as it were. Great. Even though it's a crocodile themed thing, but it's very fitting for Hawkman.
But really, it was founded by Hawkman.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot I founded that.
Also, why does the C stand for criminal and not crocodile?
I don't know.
Crocodile Alliance of the World?
Uh-huh.
It doesn't sound nefarious enough.
Because it started off just different animals, but then the crocodile guys took it over. And now it's
Maybe-
all about fucking crocodiles.
Criminal Crocodile Alliance? The CCA?
Wow.
And a CAW?
This organization used to be about doing crimes as different animals, but now I've noticed they're at the meetings, he's like, I've noticed that it's all crocodile now. We're a crocodile gang. Is that what we're doing now? That's not the call I signed up for.
This is the discussion on r/CAW.
I'd rather not be a cog in this crocodile organization.
Ooh, that's what the sign says when they're picketing outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not cogs.
Bravo.
So she explains all this, and she says that, first of all, Caw has a dog of their own, all right? And they use this dog to teleport, but there's a limited range with their
it's a
dog.
jackal.
It's,
Like they clearly didn't know what a jackal is.
well, I mean, they're not from Earth, okay?
Yeah, I know, but like they work in the museum about Egypt. They should know
Yeah.
that it's not a fucking dog.
She mentions that she just told them everything. Like
Yes.
with no resistance at all. She says, yeah, they asked and I told them fucking everything I knew about us and just gave it all away. It's
Because
so
I was
weird.
tired.
He's like,
Well, shit, we're gonna have to kill ourselves now.
yeah, all
Start
right. I guess
again.
we'll just
Fuck.
try again. Fuck.
Start this again. Don't do it this time. I can keep your secrets.
He goes, again.
So Hawkman realizes that, okay, if they have both of these dogs now, they inadvertently grabbed her because they were futzing around with their dog, and they inadvertently grabbed this other dog that was in the museum.
What they do is like they have these they have the two jackals, right? And they and they allow you to teleport between them. So these guys break into like museums.
Yeah.
Put the jackal next to the thing they want to steal. They teleport there, steal what they want, and then go back.
Yeah. Yeah. But now they're realizing that they have both of them, both of the dogs / jackals. They can create a system that'll transport them anywhere in the world.
And they hear Hawkman burst through like a cage door, and they're like, "Oh my God, the Hawkman! Thank you. We're the other animal guys, the crocodile dudes locked up."
They threw us in a broom closet. They wouldn't let us out.
That's right. They said this is for crocodiles only.
And you've got like a ram. You've got another bird kind of guy.
Hawkman's like, "Oh my God, furries!" And they're like, "You're a Birdman. You're a furry too."
No,
He's like,
no,
"Oh
no.
shit!"
It's not the same thing.
One of them looked like a hawk.
Yeah.
He's like, "Daddy,
He should have joined the Hawk Troop.
you should be on Team Hawk."
No, that's the Benedict Arnold of hawks.
He goes, "I got me and Hawkgirl, and now you and Hawk to a girl."
She's got a great podcast. I know it takes a lot of time, but
She's in the podcast division of our group.
I know that's going to take a lot of hours out of her day, but in fairness, we have 9-to-5 jobs too. So
She's the only one bringing in money.
yes, no one's coming to a museum.
Because that's what America values over museums.
Yep.
Podcasting.
Novelty celebrity podcasts. Yep. So Hawkman sees some ancient Egyptian weapons on the wall, and he's like, "Shit, I love this stuff." So he grabs
I
a
love
sword.
murdering puny humans with this.
I like old stuff. I like old tools.
He goes, "Hey, I'm the only bird around here," and he decapitates the bird guy.
Kind of. He proceeds to beat the shit out of them. And in the process, he accidentally knocks one of the goons into the other jackal statue and breaks it. Mm-hmm. Right?
If you notice, it is the other bird guy. He really took a shine into him.
Yeah.
There's only going to be one bird guy around here.
It's a little bit of a threat.
What if he steals his like webbed booties afterwards? And now he's wearing them.
Well, birds can be very territorial.
He's wearing the goofy gloves and the goofy boots and just put them over his costume.
The other bird guy made me more of a duck. He may be a duck.
Yeah, but still, any bird at all. Hawkman's not having it.
No.
Trademark.
No. It's a good thing he's not in the same universe as all these other bird-based superheroes we've been seeing.
I know.
Yeah.
That would be
He
such a
wouldn't take
problem.
Any of this shit.
And then him, the crow, can also fight about reincarnation.
Well, see, in the crow, when they say the crow, when we're talking about the crow, I don't know we're actually talking about the actual guy so much as the crow that like brings his spirit back, like the physical
Yeah, that's
crow.
the crow we're talking about.
So the actual guy,
He's not
isn't-
called the crow.
He's just whoever he was. There's been
Yeah.
multiple crows, but he's just whoever he was. We're just talking
Yeah.
about the literal crow.
But why is he painting his face every time?
I don't
Every
know.
time? That's the first thing the crow
Yeah,
guy's going to do?
I mean, I will say I've never seen it, but I definitely thought they referred to him as the crow.
No.
as
I
I
well.
don't think so. No.
No.
They're talking about the fact that there's a crow
he's
that brings
Eric
you-
Draven,
Eric Draven. No, they're talking
not
about
Raven.
they're talking about the fact that a crow physically brought your soul back.
Yes,
And then it
to
hangs
get
out with you.
revenge.
Yeah, it hangs out with you, and Hawkman can talk to that crow.
But what they don't tell you is like you're going to be walking around with shit in your pants because that's what happens when you die.
Yeah, you're reincarnated the way you died.
Yeah, right. You just
Fucking
wake up and now
sucks.
you're just you've already evacuated your bowels.
He
Yep,
is called the crow.
The comic is
Is
called
he?
the Crow, or the movie's called the Crow, but they don't call him the Crow. The bird's the
He
Crow.
is listed as Eric Draven / the crow.
I know, but no one in the books actually
Well,
call him the Crow.
Where are you seeing that though, Shée?
Wikipedia.
Well, I think that's probably just a shortcut for I don't know.
I
That may
mean, they
just
do
be a-
call him the Crow, but we do, the reader, but people in the book don't. It's not like he refers to himself as the Crow when he like breaks into places and beats people up.
Hey, motherfuckers, this is the crow.
This is the Crow. That's what I was worried. I was thinking about with the Batman movie. Like, was he telling them his name was Vengeance?
And they think his name is literally Vengeance.
Yeah,
Oh,
was he
no.
going around calling himself that? Like he thought that was a cool name. He
Then
was,
why
"I'm
the
gonna-
hell you dressed like a bat?
He's like, Alfred, I'm gonna say I'm Vengeance. That's my superhero name. I'm
Really gonna
Vengeance."
confuse
He goes-
him.
He's like, you're dressed as a bat, dude.
I would go with Batman. I'd stick with Batman.
He goes, no, I'm Vengeance. I'm gonna tell him that's my name.
I don't know. I guess I don't know. I guess I
That
don't
movie
know.
sucks.
No, the movie's
Oh,
great.
my bad. In the film adaptations, the crow is a real bird.
He was a real bird in the comic book too,
Yeah, there's an
and there
actual-
was a zombie cowboy.
Yeah.
They did.
They
do
did.
Okay,
that
so
in the
it looks
movie.
like the crow is a supernatural bird that serves as the protagonist link between the living world and the realm of beyond, and it's magical, etc., etc. But then in the film adaptations, it's a real ass bird that could die.
Okay.
Oh yeah. They had to give drama to the movie. So
Yeah.
because in the comic, like he was just this Terminator, and that was it.
Okay. Have we settled that? Our premier crow-based podcast.
That
is finally
movie though
settled?
is fucking terrible.
What, the original one?
Yeah, it's
No,
not
I
a
haven't
good
watched it
movie.
in ages. I don't know.
It
All
didn't
right, all right.
age. It didn't age.
All right. All done. That's enough crow talk. So we got 3 panels left. All right. So they shut down this whole ring, and I mean I'm guessing the 3 goons that he fought were the entire organization, because like I was expecting there to be some supervillain at the head of this, and we didn't.
So there are 3 guys in animal costumes, but then they made the crocodile guys work as security.
I mean, maybe that's their rank as crocodile people. Fine, you want to be crocodile people? Guess what? Crocodile people are security only.
Yeah. So when they get back to their museum, they what they do is she is dressed up like Shire Hall in her museum cleaning lady outfit, but he's still dressed as Hawkman. He just
I'm not
goes
done
on
being
in.
Hawkman yet.
But then they see whatever happens to one jackal, it happens to the other, and the teleportation stone jackal is also smashed.
They wanted to they were like, oh, well, this works to teleport people, so why don't we go ahead and make it a teleportation system? But then, unfortunately, when one is smashed, the other somehow smashes itself.
And they're like,
And so,
we'll never know
fuck.
the secret, even though Hawkman already knows the secret.
And then Hawkman, we can see, is clearly not looking out of the eyepiece of his helm.
Nope. What is he looking at?
He's just looking at the inside of his helm.
Yep, that's it.
And that's how the book ends.
Yep.
He's looking very stoic about it. He doesn't want you to realize that he can't see anything at all.
He doesn't care about
He
anything at all.
is just rolling his eyes so fucking hard.
'Cause he's
Yeah.
a real man.
All right, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
What would we think?
This was 0 stars.
Oh, wow. I got a feeling Shée enjoyed this more. Shée?
I mean, I don't feel like it was 0 stars. It was fine. It was mid,
It's okay.
lower
it wasn't-
mid.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. The
Hawkman is
Crocodile-Men.
dumb.
No, Hawkman's cool. I think other issues might be a little better.
Then I tell you what, if they ever like nail down how his abilities work, and
I'm sure they have, just not in this comic. I mean, they're just trying things. It was 1965.
I know,
They're just seeing what's up. I don't know. It was kind of all right.
He can't see out of his mask. That's the big thing,
He
too.
can't see out of his mask. Crocodile-Men kind of let me out. Crocodile-Men kind of let me down a little bit. 3 out of 5 high IQ mouth breathers.
Actually,
Nah, that was you earlier.
That
That's
was
what you did.
absolutely you.
That was you.
The actually guy. Oh, the actually guy. The high IQ actually guy. All right.
I'm in Mensa.
I stopped paying my dues, and they still send me renewal notices.
Wow, it's like
Yeah.
it's almost like that's a scam.
I mean, you can call anything a scam if you want to.
I
And you
do.
Okay.
Yeah, you do.
And I include everything in that, except for Dark
all
Side's
right.
couch.
This is the only thing that's not a scam.
That's
it's the only
it.
thing that loves you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got to talk about the future. I think we need to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody can hate me for it, but I am tired.
Oh, I'm gonna be gone. I thought this was because I was leaving.
Well, that's okay. Cool. Let's blame you.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Mike's gonna be gone. I'm gonna be in and out, and I just am very, very tired. It's actually been. I was thinking about it, it's like there has not been a single day that I haven't had a Dark Side's Couch related task since pre-COVID. For over 4.5 years, I haven't had a single day where I wasn't like, shit, I got to do that thing for the podcast. And yeah, between us not being around and having difficulty finding time to get together, we decided finally, it's time to let ourselves have a little bit of a break.
They'll be fine.
Well, they'll be
They can
fine.
they can listen to the old ones.
I'm not worried anyone's going to die, but you know,
someone might die.
I appreciate it. Well, I mean, if that's the case, if you really think you might die as a result, let me know and I'll do something. I'll put
No,
up
just
something.
play the reruns. You're fine.
Well, you do. There are plenty of reruns. I guarantee you've forgotten them. I've forgotten most of them. So yeah, we'll take a little bit of a breather here. I'm looking forward to just taking a second to go, kiss some more NPCs in Arkham Shadow. But we're still going to spin the wheel, I think, so that we know what we're going to come back to, right? I think that's the idea. So let's take a look at the wheel. It's down to a lean, sinewy 45 entries. I mean, hardly anything on this wheel. Lots of good stuff. Metalman 6, Air Raiders. I've always wanted to do Air Raiders. What else we got? Magnus Robot Fighter.
More Magnus Robot Fighter, though? We just did that.
Oh, that was because we did that one, and we
Right, because there's two versions.
well, we got a YouTube comment that thinks the 90s Magnus Robot Fighter was trash and preferred the old run from the 60s, and so I got a recommendation from them, and they picked this issue, Magnus
Sweet.
Robot Fighter issue 13. So that's on the wheel. You got a 1 in 45 chance. Anything you guys are looking for?
I want Marvel supervillain team up.
Shée?
Thundercats.
Man-eating cow 1.
Oh yeah,
But that's a good comic probably.
We've done good comics before.
Yeah, it's always tough.
Or we could
I
do
gotta work harder.
Tor.
There's nothing wrong with coming back with a
Or-
good comic.
Or
right.
what else?
I don't know, I mean-
DP7.
Gotta get DP'd one of these days. Young Love. Yeah, you guys are sleeping on Young Love.
Young Love
Tor.
Yeah. All right, so we always got some spinning music, and so this is another one from our buddy Born Too Late. It's Centurion 2 Wheels.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
But if I got so much wrong, 2 wheels are better than 4. Believe me, I'll tell no lie. I'm gonna be a rocket till the day I die.
All
So
right.
2 weeks in a row, we have songs about motorcycles?
Yeah. Hard rockers, they love to talk about motorcycles.
Oh, those lyrics are bad.
This is some methed out 80s hard rock. Goddamn.
Now these guys definitely wanted to be in a band.
Yes. And nothing
Like they
was
had an
gonna stop 'em.
idea of rock and roll, and they're
Yeah.
like, "All right, that's gonna be our band. We're gonna be real rock and rollers."
Yeah, they've got kind of like B-grade Judas Priest riffs, and then just lyrics about rocking and rolling.
Yeah, rocking and rolling, guys. That's the dream. That's
I
what
can-
we're
Let's
doing
rock and
now.
roll this wheel.
It's very trailer trash. I can smell the leaky battery acid just listen to that.
Yep, this
Very
band
trashy.
rips. This is cool. Talk about rock and roll.
All right, let's spin to it.
Look at those normal guys that are like, "I'm gonna rock and roll forever."
You ain't. You don't want to. It's not a good idea. Up.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
it's-
I think
What
this has
is
been around
it?
for a bit. This is
What's this?
what is this? Whisper 7. I believe.
Everybody whisper now.
I believe. Oh,
Everybody keep
Oh, we got to do a whole episode just whispering.
The whole episode. We're gonna whisper.
It's at the top, number 3.
When we come back. Wow, that means I picked it a long time ago.
Just like this Hawkman book.
Just like Hawkman.
It's Whisper issue 7 from 1986.
Oh my God.
It says lots of arm twisting, stabby, and sweatbands.
Oh, I must have looked at that.
Let's look at
This is good.
Oh, that actually looks cool.
This is okay. This might be a problem because this
cool.
looks really good.
This looks
So,
really fucking cool.
This is from, first of all, I'll tell you, this is from First Comics, who published most of the issues of the Badger. All right, so we're already in good company.
Yeah, we are.
And this,
we are.
I'll tell you right now, I had a feeling, and now I looked a little closer at the cover, and I can confirm it. This is a Norm Breyfogle cover. Norm Breyfogle did a lot of painted covers in the 80s and 90s, and they all look fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a comment on the quality of the book, but it does say they were at least trying. So on the cover of this book, yeah, we've got a very skinny ninja person, very lean, lithe ninja person staring at us, and they can actually see through their mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not just a stupid painted on bird eyes.
This is actually like a pragmatic outfit that this person's wearing. Yeah, there's not much to the cover, but it is a very well done cover from my boy Breyfogle. Yeah, I don't know what this is. If it's from First Comics, if it's a peer of the Badger, there's a good chance it's actually a high quality book. So back in 1986 would set you back $1.25.
God damn.
Yeah.
Who had that?
Yeah, you couldn't do that. You'd have to invent some sort of, you'd have to crank up your IQ and come up with some sort of scheme to get some money to afford this.
You're gonna have to
And
suck
if
up
you
some
were in
gold.
Canada, oof.
$1.75 in Canada. There's also two consecutive. Yeah, go ahead.
Because you gotta pay for all that socialism.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm not going to.
Not me. Not in America.
This will be 2 books in a row that are early, like some of the first books picked for the show, and issue number 7. Interesting.
This issue- oh, yeah. Is it? Oh, wow. 2 number 7s. Wow.
And I'm going to guess that's where the similarities end.
Also
right.
has a girl.
All right. Is this a girl? Whisper?
A girl.
I just thought it was a very lean man, but she could be a woman.
I think it's a girl.
Could
Oh,
be a
maybe
she.
not.
I
They.
don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's a they them.
It's a they them. All right. Let's just call everybody they them from
I
now
guess
on.
all ninjas are they them, wouldn't it?
I mean,
So how do you know?
when a
Yeah.
ninja's about to kick your ass, you don't care about their gender.
No, absolutely not. You better start fighting.
I'm going to get a shuriken in my butthole.
Yeah, dude. Oh God. Oh
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Perfect
I know.
landing. Oof.
Yeah, they get it right there. They're aiming for the butthole.
Dude, those savages.
If you get hit with a shuriken anywhere but your butthole, it's because they missed.
Oh my God, that would go right in, wouldn't it?
It would go right in. It's going to tear you up.
Oh no.
Yep, it's going to tear you
Yeah.
up. It's going to make
Dude.
you their Riley Reid.
Dude.
All right. All right.
Oh man, I wish we had her rap song on the soundboard where
Oh,
she just
God.
drops the N bomb like 50 times.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
No, that's not what we're doing on this show. That's
Yeah, that's not funny.
yeah,
Hey,
it's
we're
not
just playing Riley Reid's rap music.
terrible person, bad person.
Yeah.
All right, Shée, you got any plugs for us?
Sure. Follow us under Darkside's Couch on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Do you guys want to whisper X?
Oh, Whisper X.
We gotta whisper X.
Discord, and on Twitch, look for Santa Hules. And I think that's all of the things we're on.
That's everything.
Yeah, that's all there is. We're not on Rumble.
Nope.
As
We
much as
should. When we
be,
come
yeah.
back, we'll be on Rumble. Look for us
Yeah.
on Rumble.
We're else on Rumble, causing trouble, or maybe
What is
agreeing with
Rumble?
those people.
Rumble is like
It's
like a YouTube, but you're
like-
free.
It's the right wing Twitch. Which Shée, every time we bring up Rumble, you ask what it is.
It's not Twitch. It's like YouTube. God,
No, there absolutely are live Twitch style shows on Rumble.
they have live Twitch style shows on YouTube.
All right, yeah, but they're Twitch style. So Twitch is the template, not
Still
YouTube.
It's right wing YouTube.
Listen, it's right wing internet shit. All right.
They
Okay.
just want to be free away from the
Yeah,
yoke
just wanna
of the
be free.
oppression of big YouTube.
It's always funny because whenever like people just say, "Look, I just want to be able to say what I want to say," asking like, "Well, what does he want to say?" And the answer is always something racist.
What
The
about
N-word.
me, James? What if I just want to say what I want to say?
And is
I
it
don't-
the N-word, Mike?
Yeah, is it the N word?
I'm no Riley Reid here.
I'll save that for my rap album. All right. Anybody got any final thoughts before we get out of here?
I'll see you all when we get back with Whisper.
Oh, I kind of hate that ASMR shit. Shée.
I love you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
holidays. Happy
Yeah.
New Year. See you soon.
Happy 2025, 2026, 2027 maybe? Just cover our bases.
2027.
Ta-ta for now, Christian Crusaders. We'll talk to you next time on The Couch.
Here comes the IQ man.
One of the greatest pains to human nature is the pain of a new idea.
Make way for the IQ man. He's smarter than you.
So all the people are levitating. It's some kind of an illusion that they're not telling you about, okay? Period.
You think you've stumped the IQ man? Think again.
I don't drink much coffee. I don't have a relationship with caffeine.
Love that IQ man.
What I think actually happened was that the universe chose me.
No puzzles too tough for the IQ man.
If you start speaking in ways where no known law of physics supports it, I'm going to be all over you with my skepticism.
He's the IQ man.
I'm recognized basically several hundred times a day.
No one's more popular than the IQ man.
I'm just this smorgasbord of science food. And I got them hungry from something I did before, and they're still hungry and they want more.
Ooh, another slice of the IQ man, please.
I was bigger than most other kids in my grade. I also studied martial arts. So I was a geek who could actually kick your ass.
Let's get out of here before we anger the IQ man. See you later, IQ man. We love you.